Futures pointing to a relatively flat open coming up once again this morning after we saw both the S&P and the Dow get to record high closes yesterday. Once again, intraday, we had all three U.S. indexes in record high territory. If you remember, the NASDAQ did slip back ever so slightly at the end of the session, but looking a little more positive this morning. PPI data just out in line, it would appear. 0.6% versus 0.6% expected there for producer price index, which is an inflation number. We'll get CPI data tomorrow. The market kind of waiting for the CPI data from last month. More importantly, GE shares, big move here pre-market. They are coming off a little bit, but the company announcing plans to split itself into three publicly traded companies. We'll have a look at that. Just an amazing amount of earnings to get through. Roblox, just a monster this morning here in the pre-market. We'll talk about space. We'll talk about Clover coming up and a whole bunch more as well. It is Tuesday, November 9th, 2021. TraderTV.live starts now. Yeah, and there we go. Look at, a bit of a mixed board so far. We did get a bit of a tick higher there on the futures. It's funny, they sold it off into that number, but bouncing back a little bit. Overall, exactly flat for the S&P. The Dow slightly lower. The NASDAQ 0.25% to the upside there. Brazil's open, trading higher. You can see at the bottom more positivity for cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin leading the way yesterday. We saw Ethereum on Monday, getting to record highs, a little bit flat so far for ETH. Good morning, guys. It is, it's going to come fast and furious this morning because there's so much to talk about, so much to get through. We said at the end of the day yesterday, probably the biggest earnings day by far. A lot of them, we are a little, what is that, indifferent this morning, Sean?
Yeah, it's a funny one. It actually says don't care on here, but we care a hell of a lot about these earnings here today. So cheers, Neil. I see you got that Naked Brands thing up there.
I'm dying,
We're in
man.
the red and black lumberjack, but I don't have the hat to match. We've tweeted that out there. So we're excited today, man. It's going to be a big day. I mean, we'll bring the energy. Cardano's moving. Bitcoins, Ethereum are moving to the upside here, Brendo. Neil's got a crazy little graphic here. Do you want to show that graphic on Neil's screen?
Look, man, I can't even, because the world's most amazing SPAC, which is, I guess, look, in all honesty, Naked Brands, you might as well. It might as well be a SPAC at this point, or I guess they've got their deal done. And if you are wondering what Centro is, they make these bad boys. So slap electric vehicles next to your name, electric utility vehicles. They've made the merger is going through. That's why Naked Brands is running today. And I'll tell you this right now. I heard that they're actually changing the name to it's something along the lines of Centro and keeping the NAKD ticker. I think that's ridiculous. If they have half a brain, they would slap naked on these trucks, talk about how it's just the bare necessities, so it's low emissions because it's an EV.
Yes.
Cheapest cost. There's so many ways you could market this using Naked Brands that if they don't, they're just absolutely wasting an opportunity. We're not going to miss. Look, if any stock that goes from 70 cents to $1, when it gets to $1, you know I'm going to be trading it. But Naked Brands, too much fun. There's a heck of a lot more important things. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a heck of a lot bigger companies to get to today, but that's just, I've been chuckling all morning at this one. And look, it's going to trade. It's going to trade up, and it's going to be a story. There's a lot of people that own shares of this that really believe in it. And I really honestly do think that they're missing a marketing opportunity if they don't stick with the name. But that's just me.
Yeah, didn't that used to be an underwear company at one point? It's crazy. I guess, yeah. Maybe electric underwear to come for Naked Brands too.
No, that exists.
Yeah, electric underwear. Yeah.
The lumberjack underwear, isn't it? There's
heated underwear.
They make heated blankets, right? So why not? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wearing some right now, so it's okay. It's all good. Now you got to stay warm. You got to stay excited for that. But yeah, I don't know. Naked Brands, I believe they were an undergarment company, but
no longer.
Man, wait until Long Island Iced Tea blockchain starts coming into play.
Yeah.
It almost feels like that, honestly. Before we go any further here, guys, let's get over and say good morning to Miss V.
Morning and happy trading, team. It's going to be an exciting day, and I wish you all the luck and a lot of profitable opportunities. Please smash the like button and let's get it started, Brandon.
Yeah, let's get it started, guys. Lots to get through. As we said this morning, we'll kick things off with the biggest one by far, which is Roblox. Wow, what a move. Gets above 100 aftermarket following the report. Yeah, we're trading below right now, but in a really, really tight range here. 96 to kind of 97.5, but 25%, guys, for RBLX.
Yeah, look, I mean, we've been talking about Roblox here. We talked about it yesterday on our afternoon show. We've been releasing videos about the metaverse and things like that, and I just got to get it to load up here. Look, I mean, we've talked about this name for a while here, and I finally just decided to pull the trigger yesterday. It was hovering around some lows there, $70, $75. I kind of feel like this is, almost like what we saw in AMD, where, AMD based out around 50, and then we based out around 75. This is Roblox, but I'm saying AMD was basing and then made a new higher base right around here, and that's really why I made the decision. Obviously, we dipped down in here to $70, but then boom. We have in our notes Adopt Me and Meep City. Well, I've played Adopt Me for sure. Meep City, I don't know anything about, but as they go, daily active users, and this is what we put down on the sticky note today. You can find this online. Daily active users plus 31%, right? I mean, that's fantastic. When you get numbers like that for Twitter or for Facebook or anything like that, stock reacts. So here you get Roblox, obviously with the pandemic sort of coming to an end. I think a lot of the worry was, hopefully coming to the end anyways. I think a lot of the worry was that, Roblox numbers may be not as great, with more kids going back to school, possibly finding other things to do other than sitting and staring at their computer. But I think the opportunities are endless here for Roblox moving forward. We've talked about the advertising possibilities that I believe are here. Bookings up 28% year over year. So look, I mean, people are spending money. I have $25 coming out of my account every single month for Roblox as well. And I mean, my kids continue to love it and play it. And it's more for the younger kid of mine there for the 7-year-old. But, my man likes it. He's 9. Roblox, I think, the kids are going to carry the future. And as long as this is something that has staying power, which I believe it does, Roblox is over 10 years old. It's just sort of getting popular right now. I think there's a lot of opportunities here, and I'm really happy to be a shareholder down here at $77. So I think a pullback into 95 could be interesting there, and then a breakout of 98. I like both those plays, and we'll see if we can go. I want to get long 98 though, but again, with the spread's okay now. I don't want to get
some size.
I'm already long Palantir. I've taken 25, 30 cents on that trade a couple times, and we'll wait to see on Roblox. But I like 98.
Yeah, like the thing about Roblox is like there was those articles about when they had their outage, like the emotional distress the kids were in, and like all jokes aside, obviously that's a whole other story. But all jokes aside, that's going to tell you about the strength that they do have. Can they grow? In terms of getting an older audience and somehow finding a way to do that. Maybe that's true, but they managed to blow it out of the water. I was just looking back at it because I want to make sure I got the number right. As of before this, that Meta ETF was 6% Roblox. Now I know because Microsoft I might have said Roblox was 2, NVIDIA was 1 in the Meta ETF. Microsoft is 2. I think originally when we talked about this on the Facebook change, I might have said Roblox was 2, but it is actually Microsoft 2, and then Roblox is number 3. And again, like this is multi-levels of playing here, and that's why we talked about in the video or in our discussion in the afternoon that it's certainly going to be a meta play as well. I don't necessarily love the break at 98 probably as much as Sean does because of that $100 level, and when that's looming there, I just kind of feel like it's almost for sure going to be a scalp, at least in some degree, to 100 if I took it, and then I don't think you're necessarily wrong until it breaks 94.5. So I was kind of looking at that 94.5, and again, just pop into the daily chart there, and was just kind of looking at these levels here, the lower high that got put in the last time we broke 100, and that was around 94.5. So I kind of think that's the level at which I think the longs can start to be wrong, and there could be a deeper pullback if it breaks that, and a 98 break gives you 3.5. And I don't love that ratio, so I'm looking at a 100 break. Of course, you stay in the line of that 105. Well, I mean, it's 104 and a half, 105, whatever you want to call it. 105 makes more sense to me. That's right there for potential break as well for the high of the day. There's multiple ways to play this. I mean, buying the dip at the open I think it's tight if you're using like a 94, 95 because it's such a gigantic gap that this has in it. So you have to be prepared that if those levels break, you're immediately scrambling to find something lower down. I would lean into those even dollar ranges a lot faster. So Roblox is going to be on everyone's radar. It doesn't seem like a lot of volume. I mean, people are going to look at it, it's like, it's only a few 100,000 shares, not over 1 million yet, but that's a lot of volume for Roblox pre-market, so it is going to be very tradable.
So much was talked about and so much was said yesterday about the infrastructure deal that was announced late last week and over the weekend. And the relation to EV stocks, we saw all of them just amazingly strong on Monday. This little EVgo, which is a charging company, announcing an extended partnership with GM and Uber today that will help facilitate some Uber rideshare drivers to have discounted pricing on charging for electric vehicles. I want to talk, though, guys, about some resource stocks because we got a downgrade today for Nucor. But I was just looking at CLF. You can look at X as well, U.S. Steel, and even NUE, all in and around this kind of 0.8 to 1.2 to the downside. It was, here we go, Citigroup cutting Nucor to neutral. But, is it about time we're seeing a little bit of profit taking here?
Well, usually it's buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So the fact that you had a pretty strong day in some of these yesterday, I know they came back a little bit. I guess I can show you, forget about the daily, we can show you yesterday's action on Cliff, just actually traded that for a break, and then it got to the high, pulled right back in, and then you just go right back and sort of hover around like a 2350 level on Cliff in particular. So it's not like it was a down day altogether in some of these, but the bill came through. That's what it's been working towards. Certainly, there was a move into some of the more, I guess, substantive industrial names there, and I think it was probably time to ring the register on a few of them. I mean, U.S. Steel was running into resistance anyways, and like usually sell the news happens a little faster than this. I would certainly expect at least a little bit of a pullback. Speaking of the infrastructure bill, this is something interesting that I learned today. I mentioned this to you, Brendan. I did not know that Caterpillar, I own shares of Caterpillar. I did not know that Caterpillar was not part of the infrastructure ETF PAVE, which I find quite curious. But anyways, I still like Caterpillar as a play, but that goes to show, like, don't make assumptions about ETFs. Always make sure you know what's in their holdings and the weightings too, especially because when we brought up that Meta one, it was just like, if a lot of people probably owned a bunch of stuff in that ETF already. But Cliffs, I think there's going to be some pressure on these in the next couple of sessions, and there might be some dips that can be bought. But it's been a great run for a lot of these, and then the news comes in, and it was just a sell the news type of event. I think that's why the downgrades are going to come. But I think that's just par for the course and pretty normal.
Yeah, I didn't even realize there was anything happening with Nucor. Sorry, yeah, people are talking about Nuvea Corp there. Yeah, you guys know I own that one. Come on, man. I've been owning that one in Canada since 50. NVEI. I mean, that's a no-brainer there as well. I might have to pick up some light speed over there as that got hammered. But okay, so Nucor, we picked them up at 95 based on this infrastructure bill. It just came through, blah, blah, blah. We get a bump up, not even that much over the weekend, but it does touch about 120 there yesterday. So I guess I was in the pre-market. I didn't see it get that high. That's sort of our target right here for Nucor. So I think, again, I don't have anything as far as infrastructure plays. Like everything is pretty much all tech stocks. I mean, I have GE, I have Nucor here, and I don't have much else in this space. So they could probably hold on to it, but it's been a nice run for Nucor. We could get out if we want to, but at the same time, like to have some exposure here. It's not a heavy weight for me at all, but I think it may have had its day right now, but it's just some of these stocks are just a couple upgrades away. You just got to wait to see what happens there. Caterpillar's battling back. I almost pulled the trigger at like 220, 230 on Caterpillar, but it's dropped nicely, so that was a good buying opportunity at some of those bottoms. And then you mentioned CLF, of course, as well. That's been a good stock. I mean, they've all been really nice stocks. FCX has been nice. Freeport, Cliffs has been nice. You see on the daily chart here, making some of these bottoms at 20, going back up to 26, and really making nice patterns here for us as the top seems to hold, and so does the bottom. So when that happens, that's great because we love to buy bottoms and sell tops. So so far so good on some of these plays. I like them all. I don't mind getting into an ETF like Neil was mentioning there with that path. Thanks to Mark Roberts for that one as well. And Mark's doing fine. We have a lot of people asking us about Mark Roberts. It's just he's moved on. So you know, unfortunately, we couldn't get something done with him, but he's doing well. Shout out to the Godfather, Stockfather.
Either or.
I have a Godfather. He's not him.
Well, fair enough.
One of those. Let's bring in Jeff Mendel, VP of OTC Markets, back with us once again. We enjoyed his visit. Last time we spoke, Jeff, he was here in the building. Back in New York. Good to see you as always, Jeff. Let's get into what has been running around on OTC markets so far this week. It's been a busy week overall, obviously, for cryptocurrencies, as we usually talk about. But Hertz, the big one for today, making its way back to the NASDAQ.
Yeah, Brendan. So thank you again. So actually, yeah, we talked about this when I was on the show. A couple weeks ago. So HTZZ is no longer trading over the counter. It is back up to NASDAQ. And the way that happened was yesterday we got the notice from NASDAQ. Actually, everyone got the notice from NASDAQ that they would be moving back up and continue to trade for the rest of the day on OTC markets with a bunch of liquidity. And today everyone wakes up and now it's back there as HTZ on NASDAQ. So I'm sure it'll do good. It was actually trading over the counter for just over a year. So we had a good run.
Yeah, I wanted to point out your website over at OTC Markets, Jeff. The great resource for anyone trading on the OTC markets here. Go to market activity and the most active, and this jumped off the page to me right away this morning. There it is. HTZZ yesterday. 1.1 million shares. You can see at the top end here some of the cryptocurrency-related grayscale products, though, topping the list, as they should, on a day when Ethereum gets to all-time highs.
Yeah, so we always talk about the grayscale products, GBTC and ETHE, and a couple of the newer ones. But looking at them in the pre-market right now, there's actually a decent amount of activity on OTCX. GBTC is trading up over $1 in the pre-market, and let's bring up ETHE as well. And ETHE isn't up as much, but still a decent amount of activity in the pre-market. And, we always talk about these guys a lot. Obviously, right now you should be looking at them because crypto's making all-time highs, Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? But I also wanted to point out on the show today a couple of the Canadian names that are trading down here as well, too. And so what does this mean for you guys, right? If you don't have access directly to the Canadian marketplace, we also trade a few thousand Canadian names here on OTC markets through what's called an F-share. And so names like Cureleaf and Green Thumb, they're trading down here in the U.S. with a U.S. dollar denominated quote, and there's a decent amount of liquidity in those names too. So if you don't have access to the Canadian marketplace, I think looking up names like CURLF, which is Cureleaf down here in the States, it's a great way to get involved in some of the action. Also, let's pull up the other one. GTBIF is another one. Green Thumb. Also, same thing. It's an F-share. Trades down here. Don't have access to the Canadian marketplace. Just try and pull up one of the tickers down here in the U.S. on OTC markets.
Yeah, you may hear us from time to time. We talk about a lot of those, Jeff, when we have our friend Rahim Alani on the show talking about some Canadian cannabis names, obviously those in the cannabis space. But yeah, great point and a great resource for anyone looking for access to some of the smaller cap Canadian companies down on OTC.
Yeah, like I said, Brendan, thank you again. One other name too that I want to point out is Tencent, TCEHY, and another one, ABML. So just another couple names to look out. I know I shouted out a bunch today, but yeah, take a look. Obviously, Grayscale is going to be at the top of the list again today, though.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin back in the lead here when it comes to the race for all-time highs for cryptocurrencies. Jeff Mendel, VP OTC Markets. Thank you as always, sir. We'll speak again soon.
Thank you, Brendan.
Good point there, guys, from Jeff. If you are, U.S.-based, may not have access to some of these smaller cap Canadian companies, guys, that we talk about from time to time. A lot of them do have dual listings down on the OTC markets.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, obviously we can trade the Canadian markets here, as you guys know. So we just pull them up in Toronto. But you know, like Greenleaf there, you can look at it on the OTC and then take a look. And every single day there's usually some activity, and most of the time it is going to be in those grayscale products. But there's certainly other opportunities to trade. And there's a lot to get to today along those lines. You know, it was a great run that they had with Hertz there, and now we're going to see the re-IPO, is that what we're calling it? Or the re-IPO for Hertz coming in today is going to be a big event, of course. So, you know, thanks to Jeff. He talked about that last time he was on, and now on the day it gets its re-debut, we'll get a chance to trade it, hopefully, on our show. If not, of course, then I'm sure Trader Pratt and Ms. V will get it on Memes and Movers.
Yeah, HTZ, I think it should be able to open up relatively. I mean, it's not, like you mentioned there, it's not an IPO. They already have the pricing. They already have the share count.
Yeah.
They know the market value of it. There doesn't need to be anything. I expect it to open up almost right away, and I'm interested in it. We'll look at it. I mean, it should be a fun one to trade, HTZ. Right now, I'm only in Palantir, which has been a nice one to the upside. Yeah, we'll watch HTZ. I just hope it opens up. I mean, we could put a poll. I don't think we need to, but I think it opens up before 10 o'clock.
Specifically with this, like the recent Tesla-related headlines, you know, there could be a lot of attention around Hertz. Let's talk a little bit about earnings, guys. A couple that were not on the list this morning simply because our list would be very, very long if we put everything on it this morning. 3D Systems reported they're down after, even with upbeat Q3 number. Smile Direct we should look at as well, because SDC getting crushed here.
Yeah, look. There's not. We said it was no smiles. Well, I probably didn't use that line actually. Look, it's been a pretty interesting morning for stocks. There's so many things that were up like 10, 15, 30% with a couple of names, and then Smile Direct it's the dog of the day here, and it's just. Unfortunately for these guys, you can't really miss on when you got a chart. When you have a run that looks like this, you're not going to be able to miss on revenue numbers as badly as they did, and then be able to survive. This is a market right now which you can say is over rewarding for growth, what all you want, but the truth of the matter is it's happening. So it's rewarding for growth, and it is absolutely pummeling you for missing. And this is what happens when you have a high val. And then suddenly you come back into earth. Now, we can look at 365, the all-time low, because that could come into play here today. That laser, by the way, laser just broke back up 2450. I was looking for a bottom-end consolidation break. That just happened, so I just got 53 to the long side on laser. We'll get to that in a bit. But, I mean, 365, I think that's your bottom on Smile Direct. Maybe it has a chance to dead cat bounce today. I just feel like there's so many long opportunities today or stocks that I feel like it'd be more comfortable catching bottoms in if they happen to dip, that, you know, jumping into the weakest thing I can find kind of feels a little bit dangerous. If it pops back up to this previous low at like 450, 460, I think it can be a little bit of a fade down there. But Smile Direct, yeah, you can't miss that bad on revenues in this market and not expect to get pummeled.
I mean, you are literally at March 2020 bottom. So you can, you bring the chart all the way back here. This is the March 2020 bottom of $4. I mean, we made a very, that this was an April 3rd there, it looks like. 360, 366, I guess, the all-time low for Smile Direct, and I'm guessing that that's going to come into play today. Obviously here, whoopsies, SDC. We did have, hit it again. There we go. We did have the bottom print here of 395 already today. So yeah, I think it's just, you can't go long this name, that's for sure. We'll find out the shortable shares for you. But I know this is a name that's pretty heavily short, so the shorts win today, that's for sure. And then there's that bottom at 385 made after the report yesterday afternoon at 4:30. My chart stopped then. May have even made lower lows than that, but 395 here, the AM break for the bottom. I think that's going to be a good short there. I don't know. Let me test with 100 shares here. Do we even have it? Yes, we do. Yeah, okay, so we do have shortable shares here as well. So we'll take a 395 break on the bottom.
All right, let's get some analyst moves here for you this morning. It's interesting to note, yeah, Smile Direct over here, but there was moves both ways. Price target cuts and increases, depending on which way you look at it for SDC. The trade desk, one from last week, very, very strong off of earnings, getting another increase, COTY. AMD, I mean, it's almost 9 o'clock. We haven't talked about AMD, that move yesterday. Upgrade again. McAfee with the buyout. We talked about PayPal and CommScope on that side, guys.
So one on there, and I'm only going to bring it up because yesterday we traded some trade desk in both directions. It got to $90. That was sort of the target for the breakout long. It reversed. It was a short in the afternoon. They got a small winner, didn't really follow through. That sets it up for another $90 break today. It has more to do with the setup than, I guess, the upgrade, which it happened to get there. I'm a little surprised that Smile Direct got an upgrade, but...
Yeah, I was going to change... I still have that order in, but I lowered my shares because I didn't realize they got an upgrade. So maybe there's something that I am missing in that report, obviously, there. So yeah, I don't know. We'll still take that 395 break, but it won't be as large as I was hoping it to be. I guess, sometimes there's just like we mentioned here when we sat down, there's so much happening right now in the marketplace. So I obviously miss that Smile Direct and why it's there. And yeah, thank you for the love on the shirt there. The wife, like many of you, people saying it's the ultimate dad shirt. Yeah, she picked it up obviously for Christmas. And I asked her if I could wear it today because I wasn't sure if we were doing Christmas photos or something. I feel like that's like what I'm set up for here.
It's that time of year.
It is that time of the year. I don't know if we're doing Christmas photos, but maybe. 154 and change here for AMD. Like, wow. Talk about a trade that's made us a lot of money. Yeah, look, I rang the register yesterday at 150.50 or 151. We talked about that on the afternoon show. So I am starting to average out a little bit of Smile Direct. Neil sees is that Smile Direct you see or SCC?
What did I say?
Short S.
Oh, the short
yeah,
interest. Sorry, my bad.
Direct, yeah.
Smile Direct has
30%.
30%.
Okay, so wow. Okay, so maybe it does. Maybe it does pop today.
I'm starting to think other ways about this now.
I don't know either. But AMD here, a beautiful top. The problem with AMD is it's up 85% since the summer. Or so. I think that's right. That's what I read. Now that I'm thinking about that, I'm not sure. I got to use this daily chart here to make sure that is right. If you go to exactly. It's up 100% actually from 75 bottoms. Like you can call up Intel, some of these other names, even Nvidia's on the move. There's really just two of them here. Marvell's doing well too. NXPI's doing well. But again, I just think that this is just such a epic run here for AMD. I mean, the metaverse is going to be the new thing, right? It's basically the Web 3.0. AMD is getting, bid up here because of the Facebook Meta came out. They're going to be using their chips in some of their hardware that's yet to be developed. I mean, that's the whole point, is that you're paying up. I kind of feel like the metaverse is kind of like crypto a few years ago, but everybody's well ahead. It's like crypto pricing today, but crypto idea a few years ago. So if the metaverse continues to be something that everyone talks about, then which it is, I believe, then I think AMD is going to be on the mind of people for a very, very long time. So is Nvidia, right? We've talked about them. And I mean, look at this. You go back to those bottoms in June as well, 140. So you're up more than 100% in 5 months here. More than. This is 140 up to 308, and today we're printing 320s in Nvidia. So
323.
Yeah. So you're all the way up here. Like I just don't know what to do here with some of these stocks. I'm still long. I have been taking some out on the upside here. I mean, it's just how many stocks? Look, it's a good problem to have, right? I'm going to tell you another problem here. Ford. Is it a problem or is it not? I mean, you're $21 here on Ford. Some of these names are just going crazy parabolic, in my opinion. I didn't think Ford would do that. We just bought $13 a month ago. It's at 21. How about Fisker today, up another 6%, right? Things moving. They're moving in the right direction here. We do have one problem. That's going to be PayPal. We'll get to that in a minute. But, I mean, Fisker, Ford, AMD, Nvidia, Microsoft, Facebook, some of these names that are involved now with this metaverse is Roblox, another name here that we're just hitting out of the park. For now, it's a real sexy space, man. But who knows for how long? And I want to ride it for as long as I can. It's just you don't want to be stuck, on the train when it's heading for that cliff. So we'll see. But hey, as long as we're bullish on the market, I got to stay long some of these tech names.
There's places for some of these to pull back. I just think you can't sell them all. I mean, Nvidia double top here now, looking at 327.5, which could be playable today. That's already at 5%, but I mean, who knows? It's the bigger metaverse play, IMO. But at the end of the day, I don't necessarily think you can trim. I think there's going to be day trading opportunities to the short side when things go this parabolic. And that's what's happened in a lot of these names. Like you're seeing overextended moves, which tend to have some sharp pullbacks from time to time, which is a healthy thing. You haven't really seen that yet with this latest move on Nvidia, but you know, if we get one of these days where look what happened here in the 315, like we've had like a one-day event, that's what Upstart was doing. That's what Affirm was doing. Like you'd get these big moves up and would have like that one-day pullback where it's a day trade only, and then it would continue to extend. There was never that, you know, multi-day, you know, sort of deep retracement. And until that happens, you just kind of got to ride that wave. I want to come just quickly over to Laser here because I was able to get that break. It went up to 25 even. I'll zoom in so you can kind of see this. It went up to 25 even, showed signs of stalling, got some at 85. Now it's getting right back into this consolidation. Now, if it gets down towards 24 and a quarter, you know, that's where I'd like to see it base out. That's the only place I feel pretty comfortable adding in front of 24. It's been selling. It's on the watch list, guys. It's been selling all pre-market since that gap. It finally found a bottom that it was worth, you know, catching a break on. The question now becomes, can it hold it to the open? Still 30 minutes to go and plenty of time to find out.
Yeah, we'll get to Luminar coming up here. Let's talk quickly a couple things on Smile Direct, guys. Wanted to point out, this is current. There we go. 32%, as the guys were saying there. This number up here, 8.3%, was October 15th. So in less than a month, this has gone from 8.3 to 32 on SDC. Also wanted to mention INO jumping on FDA ruling. They lifted the clinical hold on their COVID-19 vaccine trial. So Inovio up on positive news, vaccine related this morning, as mentioned. Let's get a check on the overall market here. We'll bring in Arun and see what we need to know today. For the futures, Arun, what are you looking at?
Same thing as yesterday. Nothing's really changed. The market didn't really go anywhere, so we're going to play the same ranges that we've been working with since yesterday. So 47.15 on the top end, 46.65 on the bottom end. You're just going to range trade this until we get a breakout on either end. I'm okay going long below 90. In fact, I did grab some longs when we were down there earlier. So just below 90 is, for me, 25-point risk is fine, just so whether I can see the top end of the range or not. So I'm looking for longs below 46.90, and for shorts, if we can get around that 47.05, 47.10 area, maybe shorts up there. Again, both of these do have to set up before you step in and take a shot. So for now, we're still range trading, same play as yesterday. Nothing's really changed. If you do get a breakout, though, then the game changes a little bit, because if it's a range traded breakout, then there could be a new level where you can mark that as the stop point, and you just go for the long above, say 47.15. You put the stop at the new location, and then you look for the expansionary trade to the upside. That seems to be the general direction this market wants to go in. We are somewhat flat on the ES. It's at 0.05%. NASDAQ just over a third. So for now, I would say range trade this until we can get a breakout, or at least a clear direction on how this market wants to go. I did see on the calendar, though, there's some remarks from the Fed. It's a pre-recorded speech, I believe. So that should be coming out soon, or if not right now, at 9 o'clock. So just keep an eye on that. That may move the markets. Again, people are trying to dissect what could possibly be happening in terms of rates and schedules and whatnot. So keep an eye on that as we go into the opening of the market. But for now, the market is stuck in a range, and we're just going to range trade this for now, at least until we get a breakout.
Good stuff. Thanks, Arun. We'll check back in again tomorrow morning. Let's get into what else is moving in the pre-market this morning, guys. If you haven't done so already, make sure you take a second and grab that. The morning watch list this week brought to you by marketscreener.com. Check out marketscreener.com for a lot of great content for European markets. If you are based in Europe or looking at European markets, check out marketscreener.com. You can use the QR code as well. Grab our free watch list. Let's go. Lots to cover. GE, the first one we'll talk about here this morning. Unexpectedly here, we come in this morning to, 15% move for GE shares. It's come off, obviously, since then, but they announced plans to split into 3 companies, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's good, man. G, renewable energy, power, and healthcare. Yeah, so, you know what? I mean, I think that's about right. I mean, they're one of the last big, huge conglomerates left like that. I think Amazon. I mean, there's a few other big companies like that. But, you know, as they try to revamp themselves, you know, from the Jeff Immelt and Jack Welch days there. And, you know, now they're just trying to do some things. I mean, they did the reverse split up to that 118 level, and now we're trading around 114. I think the reverse split was 108 or so on that day. It's going to look, I don't think our charts will be very good on this, so I'll show you here. You know, Look, this is GE, man. I mean, it had a beautiful run, obviously, up more than double there from last October to today. So you already get a 100% move in a year. So you go from $48, obviously this is split adjusted, so $48 up to, you know, where we're at right now, 108, 109. So you get a double in a year. I think everything they're doing is working. This comes sort of out of left field there. You do get the bump. So like notice all of this. Like so this is where we traded to today, up here, 120. So we already busted through a lot of these levels on this news, right? So let's wait to see. I think when you break up a company, I think 2 of the 3 units are going to wind up being profitable. So that's, you know, that's good. And I don't know. I'm just not sure. I'm not in love with sort of the action that's been happening here today. I thought normally I keep saying this. Remember, I keep saying, you know, split up Facebook, split up Google. Like, I want this to kind of happen, and it's because of this move. Like, imagine they did this to Facebook, and they made them, you know, split out their WhatsApp, their advertising, their, you know, all those different businesses out, then I think you get a very, very similar bump to any of the major conglomerates right now. Amazon, whether or not they spin off AWS, the same thing with Microsoft, or Google with Azure with Microsoft and Google Cloud Services. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of opportunities here for GE. I'm very, very surprised at this pullback here. It's already done 2.7 million shares. I just wonder if a lot of this selling is just profit taking. Like, there's a lot of people that have been up this stock there for the year. They're up 50% in this name. It's a well-loved and well-held name that doesn't give you these kind of returns. So I don't know. I'm a little nervous to take long on GE, but I do see this level right here, 115. I mean, if they do like it, we should be able to take out 115 here on GE. So that's a level to look at here. Ford continues to be the beast. We're just going to go over the thing right now quickly. Ford's a nice stock today, and we'll talk about that later. Roblox as well here. AMC on the sell side getting kicked around today a little bit, down 5%. QS on the buy side, like, is anything going to stop this name? It doesn't look like it. And then you said something about UiPath today, Brendan, but it's up 1.5%. Hopefully that gets going even more as we're in that name as well. So, yeah, I like GE, but, you know, it's faded out a little bit here.
Yeah, it's been selling off. Same way Laser was. Laser broke that 24th. We scalped the first half out. We get the second half out when that breaks. It took an in and out of naked brands. You might see me trade that actively today. It's penny stock, right? General Electric. I mean, I love what they're doing here. I mean, they brought in Danaher's. They brought in their current CEO from Danaher, who did the same thing. They actually sold off. I mean, they actually sold off their biopharma to their former company. So, look, I think it's a good move. I'm a little bit puzzled by the price action, as you mentioned there, Sean, pulling back in. This is what Laser has done this pre-market, and this is General Electric. It could be ringing the register. I'd love to see this get bought at the open. If it does, I was looking at a couple of levels here in GE, thought it would be like a 118 for potential break. I got to throw that out the window. If this pops $5 into 118, that's probably, you know, too much of a drift to catch some kind of a breakout on a stock like a General Electric. It almost, in some ways, it turns into a fade at that price. And I was looking for support at 112. I'll stick with that with the players dwell. If we drop into 112, there's a chance at the open we can definitely get there. That looked much different when I was looking at this, and we're 117, 118. Now, it seemed like it was going to be a big drop and then find support. Now it's essentially right here. The split makes sense. They're gonna incur some charges with regards to this, a couple of $1 billion over the next few years as they make this transition. But look, I think it's going to be a good thing for them in the long run, and this is exactly what they brought the current CEO in to do. Roblox breaking 100.
As well, it's going to take a while. 2023, they were talking Q1, Q2. UiPath, here was the note on UiPath. They unveiled a couple of new revenue streams. They're going to monetize automation content. So that came out at 8 o'clock this morning for Path. But as we said, not really a significant move, 1% or so to the upside. Whereas Roblox, guys, is now 30% to the upside here in the pre-market. A huge move. RBLX, a monster today.
Yeah, I mean, we have it on our sticky note here, and unfortunately, we're going to be $1 too late on this one, and it's more about the timing for me here. We've loved Roblox here. We really, really wanted this 98 long break, but I mean, I talked about not taking in the pre-market. I should have. taking that. I mean, we'd be $2 in the money and we'd be laughing right now. But yeah, Roblox, look, it's going to continue to work. I still think you could take, a 98. I'm going to put a bid now at 98, see if it does come back in. Somehow we get a flush off the open there. But I like that level. It's right where VWAP is right now. We talked about it breaking. It was right here. It was basically this pre-market high. Like that's what we wanted to take right there, but we didn't take it. So it's my bad. But again, daily active users continue to go up, man. I saw Mike talking about Brookhaven. I love that game as well. I love Adopt Me. And I'm just saying this because if my kid's watching, I do play it with her, every once in a while there. And I just think this is a metaverse play. We've already talked about it. You can rewind to sort of the beginning of the show now where we talked about this. I made the call yesterday getting long here before earnings. I think this is a great metaverse play. I mean, if you took a shot every time I'm going to say metaverse when talking about some stocks today, then you'd already be hammered.
Crunk.
And I mean, the thing is like, this is what's hot right now. I mean, we've already seen, Neil, we joked about throwing up that Naked Brands getting into the EV space here.
Move.
And then when Long Island Iced Tea mentioned that they were changing their name to Long Island Blockchain, and I just think that metaverse right now is what everyone's talking about. And Roblox is one of those names. It's a relatively new name in the market. They've been trading really great on the daily, like nothing too crazy here to worry about with Roblox. Like I feel like it's been pretty controlled. They IPO, it's one of the best IPOs of 20, I mean, there's been better ones, but of 2021, where we opened at 64, you're now at $100. We've already been up here. I think it's justified because it's already been here. This is not like a huge blowout number or anything. Obviously, we get 31%. That's a monster beat for them. We talked about daily active users. We talked about bookings, both up north of 30%. So let's just continue to rock and roll with Roblox, man. We just got to find a spot to get in, and we had one. We had 98, but we missed it. So now we got to wait for a pullback into 99, 98, something like that, even 100 flat. But there it goes. See ya. Adios, amigos. It's been nice knowing you, Roblox. I have no idea where I'm going to cash out, but I'm in the money 35%.
Yeah, this is just going to continue to run, I do think. We'll go arrows up for it. It's like you said, it's already been here, Sean. So, I just scalped the 100 break into 101, and I'm looking at, I mean, all you can do is look at that previous high, right? So it was like about 104, and then yesterday in the aftermarket, it did print all the way up to, I think it was like 105. Yeah, did it print? No, yeah, 105. Pretty much exactly. So, 104 previous high, 105. I'll take this out. If I can get all the way up to 104, that's where I'll take this out going into the open, because obviously you have potential for a pullback off 105 and then you get a breakout. And I like playing breaks in the momentum. Like just try to get in and get out on the momentum to the upside. 100 made sense, so we took it. And then we'll see what happens if it gets to 104. Someone's inevitably going to ask, like, if this goes, it's 32% up, like, when would you short it? My answer would be not here. Maybe like a failed break right at 930 at 105 on a retrace would make sense for a setup. But once it takes out the high, 110, 125, like 120, 120, like that, those are the kind of things that go in my mind with a stock like this. So it's more about the failures of a break as a setup as opposed to an actual price range when you're just shooting at air.
Our technology is the next one on the list here, still up significantly pre-market. NVIDIA announcing they'll team up with a bunch of companies. INVZ, right at the bottom. INVZ on the NASDAQ. Another one, another LiDAR company that is a part of this conglomerate that will team up with NVIDIA on some self-driving technology and software, guys. So nice bump here for LAZR, but we've already come back a lot.
This is disappointing because I thought it would make a bottom and then run, and then just, I got the long. I actually accidentally reversed into a short that I guess I could have held for a winner, but I say the word accidentally, so I got out of it right away. And I don't know how much of a trade there's going to be when something just gaps up and then just continuously falls like this. And then you start thinking about, well, how far could it go? Here's your daily. There's your 200 period at 2150. That's what I'm sort of eyeballing right now, where support could end up being. You did have a cluster of support there if you go all the way back into July. So it kind of feels like everybody is taking profit on laser. And I sort of mentioned this in reference to looking at the GE chart. It's more or less the same thing. Try to pick a bottom. Now I'm waiting till 2150 to consider buying it, and it's gonna set itself up for the pop and roll kind of play. Like if at 930 it comes right into that 25 resistance. You can see this candle when it broke 25. It goes up to 25 and fails. That's a short setup at 930. So I'll be watching this one at the open. I thought it would be a long. Now I got to look for the short setup. The bottom potentially at 2150 for me.
So just our quick check-in on crypto here, because right now Cardano's nice, finally starting to move a little bit off $2. I mean, we're up to 234 again here, so a nice move for Cardano here today. We've been talking about this name, waiting for this finally to happen. Let's go move over here. As we've just baselined here at about $2. You know, we were buying some at 2, but nothing crazy. As we're still hoping to break through $3, but a nice little move up just today from $2 up to 235 right now. So finally, if you bitch about some of these things not moving enough, then eventually they do. So a nice 20% move here for Cardano on the day. So we're really happy with that one. We'll hit the Bitcoin. You know, we're not ringing any registers right now, but hopefully that can explode to the top side as well. As I mean, Bitcoin right now, I mean, forget about it. I was just saying, I actually don't hold that much Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Bitcoin up to 68.5 right now, 68.6. Brand new all-time highs as Bitcoin right now. It has pulled back just a little bit here. Maybe we can go into an hourly chart here. As you can see, I mean, we're not pulling back. I mean, we're off $500 from its all-time high, but there it is right there, 68.6. So big time movement there for BTC. And then of course, Ethereum, I mean, another one that everybody holds, of course, also right now at all-time highs, 48.3. So wow. I mean, how nice is it to wake up and check your crypto account? I mean, hopefully that continues to make moves to the upside, and we'll see where it goes. Right now, we're still watching Palantir, but it's only 9:15. We still have a lot to go, man, for a while. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Mike Jack, and thank you for mentioning that when we were talking about Cardano back in March. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this thing at 17 cents, so it's now $2.40. So yeah, it's been a good little run there for anybody that's held that crypto.
Sean, you're long Palantir. What am I thinking? Let's talk Clover, guys. Clover on the list, Fisker on the list as well. We can jump kind of through both of these maybe all at once. Clover not really doing anything, but earnings out aftermarket yesterday. Fisker, however, we mentioned the positivity to begin the week on the EV side of things. Credit Suisse coming out this morning with an upgrade and price target increase for Fisker, talking about, what was it, 32? Yeah, $32 price target on Fisker.
Dude, I don't know why you just skipped over Palantir there so quickly, but Fisker, yeah, just like, yeah, Sean's already long Fisker. Okay, screw that. Let's go. Let's Palantir. Let's go to Fisker. But yeah, look, we've been loving Fisker for a long time, man. I mean, I told you about this. It's my favorite pure EV play. We've talked about Ford and Tesla, but you already know about those. They're much more than just EV plays, especially Ford. Tesla, I mean, it's more of the leadership there that you continue to go along with Elon and whatever he wants to get his money in. Their Starlink, we did a thing on the phone coming through soon. So, I mean, Tesla, it just needs to be bought. But we've talked about Fisker for a while, man. I mean, even if you bought this, I mean, forget about talking about Cardano back in March. I mean, that was a great play. But what about Fisker just 2 weeks ago when we were talking about it and we loved it? So that was $13, $14. I said that obviously Lucid's also been an absolute beast, but we were thrown off a little bit by the Fisker report. It didn't look great. I was looking for earlier deliveries and earlier production targets, but they just stayed online. So I think that's good, man. It was status quo, and then now finally Credit Suisse, and again, it's on here, finally comes out talking about giving it some love and comparing the market cap of Fisker with only 5 or 6 billion. Now it's going to be changing, obviously, here today as compared to Lucid's 50 or 60, and then we already know Tesla is in the trillions. So yeah, Fisker does have some room to go. I mean, if you give Fisk, like, why is Fisker so much different than Lucid, you know? And Fisker right now is at 1/10 of the value of Lucid. So, I mean, to me, you do the math, the Fisker Ocean's only going to be $37.5 US. That's pretty cheap. That's going to be comparable, I guess, to the Model 3 there for Tesla. So, look, I think Fisker has some runway. Their car has to, obviously, you know, not disappoint when it comes out, and we'll get some good looks at it when it does come. But the Ocean's going to be a name that you're not going to be done hearing about. So I like Fisker here today long. This is just a 20-minute chart just to show you how crazy it's been. It's kind of barcoding here this morning. I was going to say this afternoon. But, you know, yesterday afternoon we dipped down into $19. I think you buy this thing at 20, but we're getting very, very close. So let's just let everything settle down here a little bit. I like a break of the pre-market high, which will be 20.30. So if I like that, maybe we should get long now. Let's take a little baby long here ahead of 20, but I still like the break. Just a little bit nervous again about the NASDAQ. I think a lot of these names are heated, man.
It's a strong update. I'm going to the daily on Fisker. I see 2065 up here. That's what I have as a current pre-market high. So if it breaks that, I like the long at that price just because it sets up on the daily chart. For me, you know, I like the lithium play. for terms of like how you can diversify further into EV, because there's a lot of names out there, man. But like something like Lithium Americas, which has been an unbelievable stock, that's another way that you can get diversification, right? So you're essentially exposed to whomever decides to win in this game, and it almost doesn't matter, right? So like that's one other way to do it that's working out pretty well. I will go back over to Roblox because I was saying 104 because of where it got. Where it got in the aftermarket, and of course where the previous all-time high was, and then it stalled out at 103 on a dime here, 102.93, pulled back, so I'm going to get out in front of that 103 mark. This break was always going to be to a reversal off of those highs, and then we can play the breakouts from those highs, 105 more importantly, from yesterday's action. So we'll see what happens now with Roblox. We're going to go 1 for 1. I just feel like I want to be a little bit more nimble with this, taking breaks, and then buying dips as opposed to trying to hang on to it all day long, which, on the more thin names can be a little bit dangerous.
Let's talk Palantir, Sean. Another report out this morning, or was it aftermarket? It doesn't matter. Palantir with a decent report, though, right across the board. I mean, nothing jumping off the page as far as a question mark or overly negative in this. What did you find, Sean?
I mean, what did I find? Double commercial business, lots of their deal value doubled in the year. Earnings per share 4 cents versus 4 cents, Brendan. They beat 392 revenues versus 385. They guide higher, 418 versus 402. The government revenue, right? This is what we really want to see. Unfortunately, the stock's going down here, but I'm just going to tell you what we found here. 34% year over year on government contracts. That's huge. Commercial revenues finally starting to pick up as well. 37% year over year, and a free cash flow margin of 30%. So what does that mean? Bad. I mean, I can't even find anything negative here on Fisker today other than the price action. But on Palantir. But those of you that know Palantir and have sat here and traded this with me, every single time there's good news, man, it just gets hit down. So I mean, I don't know what the play is going to be here for Palantir. I remember a couple earnings reports ago, it went down to $16 and then finished the day at 21. It was right here. It was this candle. So it was basically back May 2021. So we're off there a little bit a couple quarters ago where we flushed completely in the pre-market and then finished the day. So if I can even zoom in on that right now, I mean, I'm hoping this happens today. But here it is right here. Opens the day. So, we're on a cascade to the downside here. Opens up, man. We touched $16 and then closed the day at 20. So we basically had a 30%, 40% move intraday on this name when, I don't see anything negative here. So we'll come back in. It doesn't matter what I see. It's about what the market sees. It's hitting the 50-period moving average. It's been a nice run up for Palantir into the number. So did we take any off? Hell no, we did not. But you are right into this 25, 30 area. You can see some bottoms here. We got to go back, back to the 27th or 28th there where you get this 25 bottom. So look, I'm already a little bit upset on where this is going now. And by upset, I'm not upset. We're in the money. I just double checked this before I came to show you this. My average price on Palantir is $16.76 right now. So, we're doing okay. We've gotten some out. We just averaged in. We doubled our position there, guys. We doubled our position as we get closer to open. We doubled it right there at 66. So that's why we now have an average price of 78, right back into the money on Palantir. So, sometimes you got to believe in it. And there it is. So we're right back into the money. The only sells we've made have been on the high side here off of this long. That was doubled up. So now we'll see where Palantir goes from here. I may take some out, but I still think 26 hits, and we could have a monster day here for Palantir. I don't see anything wrong. I'm just waiting for Aunt Kathy to come out and tell the world that she's buying this company outright.
We'll see what happens after earnings, because she probably waits till after earnings to make a move. I guarantee you there'll be action, because she's an active mover there. And thank you, Juan Camillo, for the super chat there. We can talk about Robinhood. Of course, they had a bit of a security breach there, which has them in negative territory. And the earnings were a disappointment as well for Robinhood. But here's the good news for Robinhood. Even though I think we both anticipated that it was going to test those all-time lows after that earnings print, it managed to hold that above that 33 area and then consolidate higher. Even in the midst of this pullback or the bad news, you're still holding. Here's that bottom. So since it broke back up, it's holding this consolidation. Robinhood here at about 36.25. It's actually set up pretty well here for like a 37 even break, and then you have that top at 38, and then risk about half a dollar to some of these lows, or just a little bit more than half a dollar to those lows. So despite all of the bad news, holding up pretty nicely. The downside is if it does take out this recent bottom, you're likely headed at least back down to that 35. So you want to see if it can actually hold a bid here. There's a lot stronger names in the market today, obviously, than a Robinhood, but at least there's some bullish signs for this one. Personally, I've been waiting for it to break the lows for a point to get in. And I think Robinhood's going to be fine. Long term, they're going to be there. I just think the valuation needs to come down for a lot of people to get more interested. And they've been waiting since earnings, I think, for the lows to get broken. It just hasn't happened.
Great to see everyone with us this morning, guys. If you're new, joining us for the first time, we do this every single day. The market is open. And hey, guess what? We are now, as of yesterday, streaming all day long as far as the market is open. So 8:30, you get an hour in the pre-market, and then we go right through to 4 p.m. At the close. So join us every day, won't you? There's a bunch. We're getting closer, guys. There's a bunch to get through. PayPal, there's Robinhood. We mentioned there briefly. So PayPal earnings. There's also Space. They reported as well. I mean, take your pick here, guys. Let's get through a couple.
I'll
stay with Paladin.
I'll do Space in 20 seconds. Space surprisingly had more revenue than you would have anticipated, and then the loss wasn't that bad. So they're not going to break that 18 that I was been waiting for to get more shares in. Have to reassess that plan. But it's not moving today, and it's not trading at all post earnings. Maybe there's a 20 even break without volume. I think you just stay away from this one altogether today, and then check back in to see if the volume picks up.
I mean, the reason why I'd rather stay with Palantir is because right now we're 25 cents in the money on Palantir, and PayPal makes me want to throw up. So PayPal right now down 7%, 8%. It's just making the move right now. I don't know, it just popped a little bit there, but who cares for this one? As you know what, they're in the penalty box here, huge. I have no idea what PayPal's doing. They guide, their guide is bad. They guide lower here. The Venmo deal with Amazon, that should be something. So pretty soon you'll be able to cash out on Amazon and select Pay by PayPal. That's good. I mean, I don't know. That should be good. But PayPal right now down that 7%. There was trouble in the water when we talked about that Pinterest deal. But right now, that earnings report, they got a nice bump up yesterday, 230, or was it yesterday? Yeah, I guess so. 235, 240, giving you an opportunity here to think that you're buying some of these bottoms, but then PayPal comes right back in. So for me, not buying any more PayPal right now. As it comes back in, we'll start to buy some more for sure. It's kind of broke out. I mean, I was talking to Lucas about some of these and, trying to pick some bottoms here on some stock. You see how right here, it's broken through this support right now. So we just bought some right here. And now if you zoom back out, we're coming into a 200 level right now that I think it's right into here. Well, okay, as this goes, it's been such a monster move for PayPal. So I mean, cashing out some was a good move. But you're into this cluster right here, the bottom of 170. I don't think we even see that at all. But just in here into 200, there should be some love down here. I think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to look back in about 6 months when PayPal is back into at least this 280, 290 area and think that this was a great opportunity to buy some. So I'll be buying some, but I'm going to keep some powder dry right now on PayPal. And really wait to pull the trigger when we get into these areas. I might sell some Nike, put some money to work in PayPal, but I'm already super long fintech. I'm long Square. You guys know my affiliation with, I don't have any affliction with PaySafe, and we wait for that report, which should come today or tomorrow. But thank you so much again. Look at all these super chats coming through. Thank you so much. Good vibes for everyone. Thank you, Lewis. Back to you as well. Can you guys open a Telegram or WhatsApp chat room? Hey, man, we're working on that. We've just made some new hires where we'll try to get into some more social media spots as well. I'm awake and eager to learn. Well, you're in the right spot, Jaeger Bob. I know you've been here for a while. And 12 months, Lewis, thank you so much for becoming a member a year ago. No regrets. Good. That's the best. And we don't have any regrets putting the show on for you guys. No regrets. Yeah. What is that from?
It's oh shoot. What's the name of that movie? I can't remember the name of the movie. It'll come.
We're the Millers. We're the Millers. Yeah. See,
funny movie.
These young kids.
I gotta shout out. I don't care how big the super chat is, but if you got the name Aldous Huxley, yeah, then you got me because I'm a bit of a nerd there, guys.
All that.
Brendo, you have a name at the big board. Another one of these small caps moving.
I don't know how you knew that. INVZ, 18.5% here, as I was saying. This is another LiDAR company involved in that NVIDIA deal. So a weak stock overall, but very positive news. So it's an interesting one today. 5.5 or 540 seems to be support in the pre-market here. There's 6 and then 7 above that. That's really it. If it gets above 6, it probably goes to 7. We'll see what happens at that point. If it holds that kind of 5.5, 540 area, might give you an opportunity back to 6. But positive news on INVZ, guys.
So we're 25 cents now in the money on Palantir, and honestly, I don't have any offers out. I'm gonna hold them out for here. I just tweeted it out not too long ago here that we've been buying. And again, hopefully you're following. We have the sticky note up. We have a nice little video that I made this morning as well. That I think it goes higher, right? And we just doubled our position right there. It's still down 3 and a bit %. That's when we tweeted that out. But right now you're back upside a little bit here. I'd like to see Palantir go green today. I mean, I don't really see any problems with this report. I mean, we got to get to 27 for that to happen. I'm going to put some offers upside here, 26.20 to get out of a little bit. We've gotten out now of 40% of our total position. We don't want to be too long here in the pre-market. Miss V or whoever's ringing the bell better get ready to go here as we only have Rob, you may want to lower that there, buddy. With only a little bit of time left. Thank you, Mr. Rob. But Palantir trying to get back up to the upside. Here are the imbalances right now. G's on there as well.
Yeah, just Naked Brands. We'll get to it here. Of course, the new EV name, of course, with the merger. Look, $1 is going to be a level. Well, I short in front of $1 every single chance I get at an even dollar range. I'm going to make that play, but it also has to be a bit of a break. All jokes aside, with their new venture, and I can't keep a straight face when I even talk about it. I'll try to do my best about that. But Naked Brands is on the radar. A bit of a pullback just happened as we dropped the countdown for Ms. V in Roblox back down to 100. So the scalp out
really
works.
Okay, good.
Ms. V's in the green. Market is green. About to open up for this Tuesday. 2-1. Let's go.
I feel like we may get some Roblox in here, so we are bidding 99s. We do want to wait to see. There we go. So we do get Roblox right now. Ooh, we're at 98.85 right now on Roblox. So we're going to see where this goes. Yesterday we did take a trade early on our friend Tesla and got out a little bit too early. So 96 may be a breaking spot right here. But here's a nice win for us. Roblox long 98.85.
Yeah, just watching it, just dipped to 97 there. I was looking more like the 95 range. Watching Naked Brands absolutely die. ATER popped up very, very late, guys. I made a bit of a move like right before the open, so I will quickly come to this for you. If it'll even load. It popped to 870, harsh rejection, if it'll even load up for me here, and then all the way back at 8 even. So this might be like a one.
Look at a Hundy. Bang, Roblox. Let's go, guys. Pizza pie. Pizza. There it goes, man. Looking at a Hundy right there. $4 now in the money on Roblox. Let's go, man. We're long 98.05. Exactly what we talked about on the sticky note. I love when this works out. There we go, Roblox. Good move. Good morning. Welcome to the fun, guys. This is what we're having every single day. I don't know what you're involved in right there, Neil. Palantir coming back to the downside right now. We will take an average price there, but we're $4 now in the money on Roblox.
Yeah, watching Smile Direct, it popped up to that high of the pre-market highs, close to that 420 mark, and then did a harsh reversal. I was thinking about the initial short, and they had that big short interest. I still think I'll go for it off of that high for a bit of a fade, but it has to be a potential breakout now. You almost have to consider with that short interest down this far, you have to look at the reversal if it takes out the high of the day. But for now, I may take a fade. And there's a monster bid at 4 even, so it is catching some kind of a bid. Watch out. I wasn't going to go long on this thing, but if the short doesn't work, I'm going long reverse 420.
All right, there we go. Yeah, that was a violent bang. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It's just right away, so much in the money there for us on Roblox, man. And I hope you guys were able to bang that one out as well, as we are now $5 in the money on Roblox. We took a $30 winner yesterday on our friend Tesla, and so yeah, we're super happy with this trade. A big move there for Roblox, and not only that, man. We're long in our long-term portfolio 77, and now we're just laughing to the bank right now, long 98. We just took some out though. This could still fall. Let's hold Roblox and see if we got this one for the while. Yeah, I almost woke up your kids. Good, Mike Jack. Get them on Roblox. They can start playing that and wake up early here today as we're getting ready to rock and roll. Shouldn't your kids be at school? Maybe they're too young.
That would make sense to me, but we'll see what happens. There's Smile Direct now chewing through those bids on the downside. Try to get to the 410. You're going to see it reverse off of this level right now. It still could take out that bottom. I'm not going for the bottom break. Roblox, for me, it needs to break out that high. That's on the New York Neil. It needs to break out that high, which is coming in close. It was a 104 and a 105 for potential breaks. It stalled the exact same point that it did in the pre-market. Is that Brendan?
New Relic, another one, earnings related, 32% so far. Huge monster volume there at the open, guys, for NEWR above 120 this morning, a big move.
Oh, Naked Brands.
All right, so Palantir here is gonna take out 25, man. We're gonna get out once it breaks a little bit lower than that. I mean, there it goes. Wow, what a disaster here today. Good thing we hit that Roblox, that's for sure. As Palantir, we tried again. So we were in here, we took some out, we talked about that, and then now we'll just see if that's the flush to the downside right there, breaking through 20. I mean, here it comes, man. They're just cleaning this Roblox right now to the downside. We got out of the majority of our shares. Palantir, sorry. My bad. Roblox now up $6 in the money, but we'll lose that close to, what were we long at, 70s there? So we'll lose a little bit there on Palantir. I do want to take the long though once it breaks back above 25.
Yeah, so we're going to be into this Naked Brands if it takes out this 87 bottom. I'm going to short every single pop as well. If a dollar's not going to come, I mean, obviously, I guess they're not liking this news as much as everybody else is on Naked Brands. Of course, the EV play there. And I want to come over to Lucid if I can, one that we traded yesterday. We didn't get to it today. It has fallen like an absolute rock. It was positive on the session with some of the other EV names. Has now fallen $2. So as this one starts to come in, I'm looking back to this 45 level. Now, yesterday in the afternoon, it managed to have a 45 bottom. It's fallen like a rock in here. That's the first place that I would feel confident even trying to pick up a falling sword. So there was a lot happening, and it was a busy morning, but I got to lock in some names that were movers before as well.
Okay, so we're going to see right now about Palantir here, because I just took 4 times the shares. Let's see if we can go back up to the upside now, which would be pretty nice if we can. There's the break back down. Maybe it got flushed, maybe it didn't. I have no idea. But we're going to take some out here on the upside as we have to. We have a big position here. We'll see about taking some out. 14s, 15s, 16s. Let's go. We punched this long through $25. We said enough is enough on that one, and we'll try to make some money back here as we've almost made it all back right now on Palantir. Nice little move back to the upside. Let's see if it continues up to 19s, 20s. Let's just keep on going here, Palantir. Hopefully that was the damn flush. We've seen this happen before on Palantir, and now it's going right back up to the upside. So boom, 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 boom. We're just like just really rapid fire right now because we have a lot of shares. So let's see what Roblox wants to do, but what Palantir also wants to do here. We just cashed out some right there. What's up, Brendo?
Big level for INO possibly coming, guys. 750 if you go to the daily chart. We mentioned the FDA lifting their clinical hold on the vaccine trial. So INO trying to get back to 750.
Yeah, and there is Smile Direct. It tries to go to that 420 level, and sometimes that psychological level matters. Pre-market high was going to be there. It is there at 416, but I like that 420 round number. I got 12 to the short side. It's a reversal to the long at 420 because that's a 31% short interest, and if it catches a bid, I don't want to be staring in front of that and then not take advantage of a possibly amazing opportunity on a reversal play. So I got to at least be looking at that long for the breakout. It hasn't happened yet. Naked Brands is starting to get away. It's now held 87 a couple of times, so it's trying to hold this low. If it does bounce off of this, I'd play 95 to the short side. Thank you, V. I'd play $1 to the short side, but 87 just broke on Naked Brands. Let's see if I can get to, ooh. Yeah, I mean, it just broke. I mean, a half cent's not a large move, but that's a big enough of a gap on a break of 87 that I didn't actually get the fill. I'll try to get short now on Naked Brands for the first time today.
Okay, yeah, 24, 74. So that, that's why, guys, we get out of the majority of those shares there on the upside of Palantir, as it just doesn't look like it wants to continue. That's still Fisker. Sorry, I was going to average into Fisker. We didn't do that, so we miss out on that one. But there's Palantir, man. This is why we got the majority of them out there. As you saw me hitting rapid fire, that was a big push through that $25, and it just stopped. So we're able to get a lot of those out, man. And now we're just going to use this bottom of the day here. I'm not going to reload. I'm not going to do anything. We've made back some money there. We'll give a little bit more back right now as it is coming back in a little bit. But here we go. I mean, if it holds out to 75, it holds out. But if it doesn't, then whatever. We are now long at 25.02, hoping for some bigger upside moves now in Roblox. Give it to him, Brendan.
One-time meme stock here. Wish, guys. Context Logic having a bit of a day here. They announced bold steps to improve product quality on their site, which is very much needed, in my opinion. 3.8% here. Nice move on volume for Wish today.
That's not very nice, Brendan. I, for one, am shocked that Naked Brands would fall. Anyways, Naked Brands, I got in that 87. I got some shares out there at 84. I'll probably rinse and repeat if I can get another failure at 87 even. I'm just showing you guys how big the gap is here. But it's a penny stock, right? So it's not going to move a heck of a lot in either direction here. A couple of cents is a good return. 5.10 is a fantastic one. And I have to come back over to, I mean, I got the long break in Smile Direct, and I feel like I got to give it a shot. 31% short interest. I got to give it a shot at least till $4. And Roblox has now come back in.
Yes, it
So that
has.
breakout that we're looking for through the top, I keep typing in New York, NASDAQ when it's New York, not going to be in play. I can cancel that because we're too far away from it to take that break. I like the dip to 95 the first time. Now it needs to hold the higher low to want to dip here at 97. This low here was at 96.70, it looks like. So if it can bounce here off 97, which it did not, then it could have been a long before that 95. Clearly, right before your eyes, that did not happen. Sharp rejection of that top at 104. So, wow, it's starting to get heated.
Yeah,
This could be an interesting bottom. This is now 94s, pre-market lows here at 94 even. It actually could be resisting a halt band, which is crazy enough to say, but hey, we're actually getting here. So if it bounced off a halt band, this could be an unbelievable one.
Yeah, I guess I must have scared that stock a little bit too much there. This going to the downside right now for Roblox. Yeah, wow. All right, was not expecting that.
That'll work.
We did get out of some of that Roblox right there, as you guys could see. But we're going to take a 98 long if it tries one more time. I don't mind doing that 98 long on Roblox if we're lucky enough to get that one more time through. So we did give up some of the ghosts there on that move. So unfortunately, we did lose on that last little bit. We scared Roblox there a little bit to the upside, but that's where you get out a third, and then the last third there. So basically just kind of like flat now on Roblox. So I'm not super happy with that play there. Should have taken out the top. Okay, but Fisker, we should have averaged in, which we went over there to average. And go ahead, Neil, what were you going to do?
No, I'm going to go for like the little rubber band action. So that was a drop from on Roblox because that's a drop from 104, and it did drop like 10% into 94 at that pre-market low, and then jam 95s on the way back up. Took some out at 96.5. I should hit a key or something like that. But now it's headed back into the upside. The previous pre-market high at 98 could turn into resistance. If that happens, I might just cover it and run away and take the profit. Otherwise, I'm looking for it to get back to 100 at least, and if I can get 100 out for sure. But that is enough of a rejection at a top, which that doesn't just coincide with, aftermarket prices, but also the previous high was up there at 104. All kinds of reasons why it might have made that rejection. Brendo.
GE, guys, just watching monster volume spike there at 116. So it tried to get back above 116. And this came in, so possibly some stops got hit there. Still 6%, but trying to roll over here for GE.
Okay. So we got back long at 98. We just took out about $1 there. We got out of 98.80 there. So we just took another 70 cents on Roblox. So trying to make back what we did lose on that name. So hopefully that can come through. And then look what else is rocking and rolling for us right now. As Palantir, man, no worries, right? We were never scared about this Palantir trade. Yeah, right. We did not like this Palantir trade when it was down here enough that we did not average in. But we still have a big take on this stock. So hopefully it can continue its move to the upside now, as we've just been, we just took some more. We took some out there at 25.10, and then we took some more out there back in the 20s where we just reached to with Palantir. So hopefully that can continue to make some moves. 99.99, I have an offer right here, getting ready to get out some at 100. Hopefully that can come through with Roblox, and then Palantir and Fisker, the only other names we're looking at right now. I think we're ready for Brendan again.
10-cent music, guys. TME having a day here as well. I'll show you in a second. Apple Music opening their global stage to TME artists. That was out early on. They also beat on earnings. There was a downgrade, which is kind of funny for this as well, but up big time for TME, ripping on volume.
Good for 10 cent. Why not? Let's go. Let's go for them. They were also, by the way, they're in that Meta ETF as well. Believe it. I think it was like 3%, 2 or 3% is in 10 cents. So always check to see what's in there. Roblox will ring the register for that one. Is it that bottom bounce? It was just so far so fast. You find yourself quickly pre-market lows, 10% down from the top, and now it goes up to 100. I said if it broke 98, I want to get out in front of 100. We did 99.5. So quick $5 scalp. I've been in and out scalp trades on Roblox. That's been the play for me here. It's been 1-2 times. I think there's going to be plenty of these. I just want to make sure that I'm getting in and out rapidly. I just don't know if it's going to be the best hold. Naked Brand, just to update you guys, it did come back in. Come on. It did come back into this 87. I was a little bit busy with Roblox and might have missed that chance to get back in shares at 87. If it barcodes here in a higher low, I don't like the add at that point. And Smile Direct, if it breaks 4, looks like I should have stuck with the short on Smile Direct. I decided to reverse into the long. I don't mind the decision because it was about that short interest. You have to adjust to the new information. I didn't realize the short interest was so big, and down 22%, decided to go for the long. And now I'm just going to stick. I got 415. I'll give it to 4 even because I think if it's going to go upside, there's just such a large gap to be filled. It's a different profile trade than the short, which I'd be taking to these lows for more like 20 or 30 cents and then trying to make a break out of the bottom. With the long trade, you're thinking you can get back up to 450 just because it squeezes, right? So it's a bit of a different style trade that'll give a little bit more room, but crazy action in small direct, that could be the loser off of the open. And Roblox, we'll have to see where this one goes from here. I mean, I do think there's going to be plenty of trading opportunities in this name above others, and that's why I want to be focused on it. We've already gotten a couple, but now it's coming right back in. I'm showing you the gigantic gap just in case the level breaks, like 94. What you're really thinking about here, I mean, outside of $90, which would be an obvious jam, like 87s would be a jam as well, and there goes Smile Direct. So I'll do this for SDC. Like, if I stick with the shorts, it certainly worked out, but like I said, I cannot be mad at myself for thinking about that short interest and then looking at that long breakout load. There you go. It just broke that $4 range. Looks like it's going to be a short after all.
Yeah, shoot. Okay, so right now, so Palantir, first of all, flushes, and we get knocked out of Palantir there. Ooh, I know you're just talking about SDC, but it just takes out that bottom, and we took a baby short here. We talked about going little short on that play. Hopefully, Roblox can get going, man. We're at 99.90 to see if it can go back up to the upside right there. We've averaged into Fisker as well, so we're just kind of watching these ones. I may go back into Palantir at some point. I'm trying to find a good spot for that one. What's up, Brendo?
Lemonade, another earnings name moving around here, guys. Significant levels, in fact, coming into play here for Lemonade, 61.62. Needs to hold, or this thing could be in for a little bit more than 13%.
So there's a lot to digest with the Lemonade earnings because you might think they looked okay. They made an acquisition for $500 million in stock before they released their earnings. Their loss ratios did not improve. Those are both negative signs. I think it's a good move. So essentially the company they bought, it's a Chamath-backed former SPAC, which is getting absolutely crushed, and you can check that one out if you want to. I think Mark Cuban's involved as well, getting absolutely crushed. It's good for those shareholders there. But like I said, it's a hefty price tag. They're licensed. They're going to get licensed in like 48 states because they're going into the car insurance business. That's a positive for them. But overall, when you make that acquisition and you don't have an improving loss ratio number, it is likely headed lower. I'm looking for probably $50 in the next couple of weeks here to get a bit of a pullback in because I believe it's a good acquisition. I just never ever buy anything when they make an all-stock deal, especially when it's a company that does not have good earnings or doesn't make money. That's the case here with Lemonade. We should have got to that one. It wasn't on the watch list, but a lot to digest. And the bigger story, I don't think, was the earnings. It was the acquisition.
Okay, so yeah, so good talk there on Lemonade. I know you're a shareholder there. I mean, sometimes we miss out on those dip buys, so that's why I'm waiting for the same thing, kind of with PayPal there. Okay, Roblox. So okay, we're back. We're back to this stock here. We just took it out. We're long at 98. We'll wait here. It's back up to 100. So we'll see where we go from here on Roblox. I mean, breaking this 100, and then we'll get. I mean, should we get some out this time at 103? I mean, probably, and celebrate this time a $5 winner instead of just letting it rock and roll there. So back long 98 and in the money now on Roblox. So that's going to be a good one. Okay, so I like this Palantir. Look, we bounced around 24.50. I still can't believe we're down 8%. I probably will be buying more of this stock after the show. But 24.80 right here, if we can break through 24.80 right here, these tops that we stopped at both times. So if we take that out, we'll put on another position, and then we'll do one last try here and try to hold out for 24.50, including if we get that position and it comes back in, we'll average in. I just don't want to take the long right now. I'd rather it get some strength so we can break to the upside, and then we'll go from there. So that's going to be Palantir, hopefully breaking. We still have this Smile Direct. Well, we just got it, but I don't know if we actually wicked down there. We probably didn't. Let's put some bids at 90 just to take a small little piece on 5%, and then we'll go from there. So, so far, so good on Smile Direct on the short side, but it's not fantastic. What's up, Brenda?
I mean, just when you thought there was a glimmer of hope for cannabis, the sector, anyways, has been strong. Cron, guys, out this morning saying they'll have to restate their interim financial statement. So obviously not a good thing to say. So big move down here for Cron today on volume.
So this one's going to be pie in my face, and it's not going to be Cron. It's going to be the trade desk. Yesterday we talked about the 90 level. This morning I talked about the 90 break. This is me canceling my order because it did not get to fill when 90 broke out. Now, it's a more thinly traded stock. It's going to move. Now up at 96, fresh all-time highs for the trade desk. So it was a good long yesterday. We got the break yesterday. We did not get it at 90 even, so I can't really be celebrating it. It's going to happen to you sometimes. I guess I just wasn't necessarily aggressive enough with that order. There is a, I was about to say there was a halt with this PET V. but it just reopened. So I didn't really see the news on this. I just saw you guys talking about it. Reopen, tiny volume, guys, so be very careful with these names. It's not really doing a heck of a volume right now. It's just crossing that $1 million mark. But Pet V on the radar. When I get a chance to check the news, I'll get back to it in a quick sec. But Roblox is on my mind because I never considered a short on Roblox unless it was like, okay, if it breaks the high of the day, like I said, like what, like 125, like 110, things like that. But suddenly when you make a double top at 104, it might be that kind of a chance, but only off of those highs. So I wouldn't take it at 100, but I'd at least be looking at it for a 104, 105 top after it's put in a sell like that. It was a good long a couple of times here. I'm not going to hesitate to get in there. Naked Brands, I don't know, your resident EV company now down to 83 cents. So I'm still holding on to my 86 short. I never got more at 87. This could go easily back to 75 cents. That would not shock me whatsoever if it gave everything back here. Yeah, their foray into a new business certainly being received with the market with some scorn.
Yeah, good lines there. Nice. Okay, so for right now, though, we're looking at, oh, come on, chart. We talked about AMD, right? And that it was getting a little bit heated there to the upside, AMD. And you could see that. We cashed out a little bit yesterday. And if you didn't, you still have an opportunity. We're basically flat today, only down 0.47. But we talked about that huge run up. I mean, I didn't cash out of everything. Would have been nice to do that, but we don't. And now AMD, you can see what it's doing now, 148 and change. I feel bad for NVIDIA. Let's go check that out today. Okay, not bad. Only down to 319, although we started at 320. Yeah, that's not, come on, let's load the right chart here and then we can talk about it a little bit better. But there it comes right down to the downside right now, as it looks like this is starting to crack a little bit here in NVIDIA to the downside right here. I don't know what this is all about, but there we go. We can check out on some
a big pullback.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is,
NASDAQ's
right?
about to go red.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. All right, so NASDAQ's about to go red here. I just got out of something. What was that? Fisker. So yeah, the market right now just shooting itself in the face right now. Tesla dropping. We have to find out what is going on. Hood having more problems right now. Yeah.
PayPal 05? Get out of here.
This market is just... What? Yeah, maybe. I mean, this market is right now.
What? PayPal's at 205. Okay, I mean, PayPal 200 is going to come in.
Wow.
I'm thinking the levels from was it yesterday or last week? Whatever. Tesla was about like 11.15, 11.18 or so. PayPal 200 looks like it could come into play. Got to start thinking about some bottom picks. This puts the context of Roblox a little bit. This makes a little bit more sense to me. But Tesla getting. Why is it still on PayPal? Anyways, the Tesla, I can treat it level 2. Tesla getting close to that 11.15, 11.18 area where there could be a dip. And you got to watch PayPal 200. I mean, give me a break. Like that's going to be too much.
This is this is a little bit surprising
bottom.
Here. Some of these moves to the downside here today in the market. And I think it is being led by your NVIDIAs, your AMDs, things like that as they start to crack. You just mentioned Tesla. Still can't believe I'm $2 in the money on Roblox. Maybe I should get the hell out of that stock as the market just back to flat. It's a fine right now. So we did take a shot on PayPal here. I'm just as surprised as you guys, down to 202. Maybe we should be buying, or 205. Maybe we should be buying some more of this stock here as it's a beat down name that is high quality. So we'll wait on PayPal. We're not going to go in and jump in and buy any today. But yeah, nice move. Maybe it's a 3-day rule, right? We'll buy some maybe on Friday, Thursday, Friday. We'll buy some PayPal. But now it's getting woodshedded. As here goes Roblox, man, right back up to 101. A good trade for me.
Yeah, now I'm looking at NVIDIA here. The previous range high 314 since the gap up. So that gives that price as a bit of a dip. So I mean, just hunting for opportunities here as I hang on and watch the corner of my eye. As long as Naked Brands continues falling, I think we'll be okay there. And I can hang on to that short. There is that laser stock. I did miss out on, obviously, it continued to break down. It missed out on a potential short opportunity there. It did not find a bid at 21.50, unfortunately. So I don't know. This stock is just selling off with the rest of the market. I doubt it catches a bid until some of these, like NVIDIA is going to catch a bid before laser does, right? So if you're watching this, just watch out for the chip makers and see when they make a bit of a turn. Brendo?
A couple of earnings names to watch as well. Five9 reported, FIVN up 12%. Day highs here, as we were saying, the market coming off pretty heavily to the downside. Multiple upgrades on this as well, including JP Morgan, guys, for Five9.
Okay, yeah. I mean, so the only thing.
To 5?
Yeah, Royce to 5.9. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to D12. Okay, so I don't know, man. I'm short this. Smile Direct's not doing anything, so we can wait for that one. We did put a long on PayPal 205.50, 205.40, so right here. Hasn't moved since we put it on. And then, wow, Palantir, like, talk about a bad day to come out, I guess, with your report here as the market cracking and a lot of these high growth stocks continue to get cracked today. It's Green Clover down to 750 right now. Yeah, it's not a very nice day. GE 114. I mean, the market's just been so heated. MindMed down 8%, Tilray down 5%. Your Nuvei Corp that everyone was talking about in the pre-market, that's down 5%. Neo is down. Ford, Randy's not even in Ford anymore. He loves Ford. QuantumScape is down. Peloton is down to $50. I mean, I'm just rattling off.
Tesla just absolutely like rapid dropped into 11.15. It just went down through 11.15 to 11.14. So I just digged in here at
Doug.
I know. Oh goodness, the English.
Doug did. Doug did.
You're killing me, man. Now it's at 112. So where the players dwell, Tesla's going to get interesting if it breaks 1100. I got to think there's going to be an 1100 bottom here. I got 17s as a starter. I'm trying to find a bottom on this name. I'm trying to find a bottom in PayPal. I'm going to try to find a bottom in Nvidia, which should tick in if it gets to 314. I have a bid out there. And now if Tesla makes any bounce here off of 1110, gets back to the upside, I'd be looking for re-entries. But this is starting to get accelerated to the downside on Tesla. That 1115 doesn't hold. And you can't hold to an 1100 break. That just seems like crazy action here and overall in the markets. Now red on the day in the NASDAQ, 0.2% overall. And just what happened, Nvidia just ticked in off that 314. So I got both Tesla and Nvidia on these bottom picks. I feel like PayPal, I'll be staring at 200 pretty soon as well and wanting all three.
Yeah, you're not wrong on all of that. I mean, we should have got out of some Roblox and we identified that trade as well as that's coming back to 98. I mean, we were up here at 101 and talking about that, right? But again, who knows where we are going. A Smile Direct, we'll just hit that a little bit. I mean, whatever. We took a 5-cent hit there. We'll rain down some, or 5-cent win. We'll rain down some there on Smile Direct because we have a big 90 level. I mean, if the market wants to fall, let's go on some of these plays. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on right now. The market continues to make that move. Uber's down 4%. Tesla's, you've already talked about that. That's right there. Let's check out Neo as well, as that's another name. I mean, Tesla's the biggest opportunity because of the way it moves.
Yeah.
But so is Neo as well. Neo down to 41.80. Is there some, I mean, on the daily chart, we're not really seeing that much there. Neo, wow, what a crack down to 41.50 and change. I mean, I'm still looking at Palantir bouncing around here as well. We've lost on our Fisker trade as well. So I don't know, man. PayPal, Nvidia, AMD. Maybe we should go back over to AMD. That's getting clocked a little bit as well here. Down 3% now. Down to 146 goes AMD.
Yeah, so I mean, I got a 115 on Tesla as my price now, so I'll give that to 1100, I should say, 1115, I should say. And then Nvidia, I did pick that up at 314.55 because 14 even was that price that we liked in the daily. If it gets back to 17, we'll take it. I'm starting to think this about the trade desk. Like, you've got to be kidding me. On the day the market's coming down, the one long break that I really liked is the one that I don't get. It's still going up. I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like if this gets to 100 and the rest of these tech names are bottoming out here, like there's got to be money coming out of the trade desk at some point. You got to think $100. If I was long, I'd be covering in front of that. If it gets there, I'm probably going to be thinking about a reversal to the short side. I might want to take some Nvidia out here. Is it like you got about $1 in the money, like $1.50, and with this and Tesla's the riskier position. You got to think about if this continues to the downside, like where's Nvidia going to go if it doesn't hold that 314 area? So I might take some out in 316 half range. This market is maybe not done selling off. The only thing that's actually looking pretty for me is, of course, I mean, Naked Brands is going to hell, so that's fine.
Yeah, Naked Brands. Okay, so we did finally go long into AMD here, 146.60. Let's see where we go from here. 146.60 long right now on AMD. So just trying to play off some of these bottoms. Here it goes, 147.09. Okay, AMD, I see you. We're long Palantir. What's up, Reddit? Valeria.
Hey guys, quantum computing is up around 40%. Could you guys please take a look at QUBT for us?
Is that a halt? Wow, Tesla, what a break. Tesla broke 1100 and went to 92.
What?
92. Tesla's fallen like an absolute rock. Went to 92, guys. So, look, I don't know where the bottom's going to be in Tesla, but I'm going to quickly look over here. Nvidia, by the way, didn't even make much of a pullback there. That actually still stayed in the money. Tesla, I mean, give me a break. Are we literally talking about 1050, 1060 as support? You can't wait for that. Tesla, you know, I was saying this the other day. It's like, Tesla shouldn't, like stocks, $1 trillion company shouldn't move like this. If it ever pulls back, it can absolutely be an unbelievable rug pull. What happens if a $1 trillion company goes limit down? That's a question we could be asking ourselves in about $15 or so.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Look at AMD.
If it goes limit down, I'm jamming on the reopen.
Which way?
Long,
right? Okay,
I'm
good.
Jamming on the
just letting
reopen.
people know because I don't want.
You have to.
What's up? I guess that time was a call for Brendo.
Yeah, just wanted to mention that news story, guys, for that name that V brought there. QCI Catalyst selected by BMW Group and Amazon Web Services for a quantum computing challenge. So that was that QUBT.
So why isn't this halted, actually, now that I think about this?
Yeah, I don't know. What, you talking about Tesla still?
So why isn't this halted?
Because it's 10% move. It has,
1050. Oh my
Where-
god.
what is it at? What is this at right now? What the hell am I doing? Not even looking at this thing. 1070 right now.
It just bounced off a 1050.
8% down, guys?
It just bounced off a 1050.
Did Elon make that trade? That's the question.
Not in one shot.
I mean, in 1 minute there, Neil, I know that was the break of 1100, but there's no doubt about that. But that's a million. That's a million.
Thank you, day
shares.
trade the world stop. Like, thank you, stop orders is all I have to
That's
say.
a million shares there, Neil, in 1 minute.
Thank goodness my stop worked. If I missed that stop, like,
Hallelujah.
forget about it.
Yeah, what up, Prad? What's up with Prad? Yo, what was that? Yo, Daniel, those are some sick vans. What was that? No, I know, but what was that Daniel thing? Damn, that's what it was. Damn, Daniel, you selling your Tesla shares, Daniel? All the way to the downside there, and that's just fun. Trader Prad there trying to keep me young again. Wow, 10. Damn,
Yo, this is
Daniel,
now nasty.
1050?
It just broke 1050.
I mean, how much money
Maybe it is gonna
Miss
go-
V
maybe
making
it is
today?
gonna go
Hopefully, Miss V is short on this. I mean, this is hilarious because, like, we're making money on some names and not on others, man. Roblox, I'm not even talking about Roblox anymore. That's $1 and change in the money, man. Our AMD, we took profits, then got flushed. Like, that's basically a flat
Yeah,
trade
that
for
trade
us.
desk was obviously a short.
Yeah, that Palantir right now, like these big companies, you know what, man? This is why powder.
Why is this
I
not
talked
limit
about
down?
it the last couple days, man. Get your powder ready. I sold some
Oh, can't
Ford.
do it till after the show.
I sold some AMD. I sold some of these names, man, to start to go in there and buy. So we'll be buying today, man. I like the 3-day rule. A lot of these big names getting flushed out, man. There's Tesla 1060, Neil. I mean, I don't even know what to do with some of these plays, but we are back into Palantir. Is this going to take out the bottom as well? Can Palantir go SSR today? Down 9%. Do I have to put on the
This
Palantir
hit
hat?
10, so
What is
Tesla
going
hit
on?
10%.
Right.
So now it's bounced down 10%. I mean, and that's a third long that I want to try to get into here because 10% is already hit. I only ever won it on the way back up, so I just took it here and got 61s. Now it's kind of holding above that 50 area for the second time, but it did resist the halt. And the first time, I was mistaken in thinking that it resisted the halt down. I think that was probably jumping in too early. Now I think it actually has, so being able to get 61s on the way back up here. And look, to be honest, I'm probably not thinking about covering anything until $25. Like, that's just the range that the stock has at this point. And so once it goes there, I'll certainly take some out there and then start thinking about 1100. We've got to reload on NVIDIA here to be able to get 13s, as that makes a bit of a top. And, you know, should have just jumped into it. I was talking about the trade desk. How is it not a sell? I was sitting there waiting for 100. No, forget about it. Like something up like that is not going to resist a pullback. People are going to take some profit and look to get the money into the names that are falling if they want to buy them up. So trade desk already comes back in here. I mean, Naked Brands, we can forget about that. Who cares about that one? I'm willing to bet as I look over at Lucid. Yep. That's what I would have expected. Lucid all the way down to 42. So it's not just your big cap tech. It's also your recent runners. Lucid going right into that previous 42 price. Sometimes these levels are going to hold up. That was the top it got to on a 40 break. That was a consolidation before this break. If that's the bottom on Lucid, certainly. Look, I like Tesla a little bit better. Obviously, I've gone with 3 times and I'm sitting in NVIDIA. But Lucid, if you're tracking it, that's a decent level it's managed to hold up. Tesla is more about it holding that halt bottom, I think.
Okay, so, hey, man.
Which is crazy to say, by the way, for a $1 trillion company holding a halt bottom.
Yeah, it might not be. It may halt, but I mean, I guess now the time is kind of caught up with it, right? Maybe the halt.
And now it probably should.
Now it won't. Okay, so while we were talking about all that kind of stuff, man, I dug more into Palantir here. Look at this. It just spiked to 40.45 there. No idea why it did that, but we took some more out. We put on our big position again right here, just against this bottom 24. If it goes, it goes. I mean, you take risk here, right? And I mean, some of these plays, I don't know if the market's going to continue to go downside here, but if there is an upside play, then you got to have something on board. I think that's obviously not to speak for Neil, but that's that's why you go back to the well on something like Tesla, because you know that you can hit that home run. If you swing and you miss, but you can just keep on targeting certain areas, like what I'm trying to do with Palantir here. I mean, these are all longs, but we've been getting some out here for profit, right? So there hasn't been too much of a problem with Palantir. It's just the action on this is so bad today that, I mean, we're trying to pick some bottoms. We can't really do that, man. PayPal, still 204. We're long at 205. I don't even want to average into this name. So let's just, hopefully we can have some of these and we'll make a little bit of money on the upside here if there is a retracement. Palantir and PayPal and Roblox. We sat on this Roblox for a while, man. This was in the money for us. So we'll wait to see where this goes. But wow, what a crazy, crazy day here. It's not even that crazy. The Nasdaq's only down 0.7. It's just all the stocks that we like to talk about are active today. So with that being said, we'll make this as quick as we can and we'll go over to Brendan at the big screen.
Just like that, yeah, 10 o'clock, guys. Aggressive moves to the downside. Here we go. NASDAQ, both the composite and the 100 leading 0.8 for both in negative territory. The S&P about half. Same story for the Dow. Here in Toronto, we're hovering around 0.3. There is some underlying strength, it would appear, this morning in some of the resource names. So the TSX trying to bounce at this point. Fisker, we talked about early on. A lot of charts look like this. Anything that was gapped up, right back to where we were yesterday for FSR, trying to bounce as well. PayPal, not the case. No bounce yet for PayPal, guys. Can't catch a bid. Back over to you.
Yeah, I'm still looking 200 on PayPal, so that one's actually getting pretty close. Tesla just made another bounce. Look, I mean, obviously, you got to pick which one you're liking here, and I like Tesla and NVIDIA. Those are the first two that came to mind. Tesla, I was looking at the entire time. We just got down to like that 1050, 1060 area again. There we go. And then managed to hold another bottom. So we get to stop out the wick bottom. That was it resisting the halt. And the best price I get was 60s. Like really, like you could have gotten like 30s, 40s, 50s if you got it. Fantastic. Still want to be taking some out between 80 and 85. That's still going to be first target. And then we're looking at 1100. Obviously going to be down on that stock still. NVIDIA, I think I feel a little more comfortable holding on to that one. If you got to pick and choose which one of these two is a little bit less inflated, I would say NVIDIA is a pretty safe bet there over Tesla. So more likely to hang on to that one all day if we make a bottom in the market than Tesla, which I would be scalping out of. Naked Brands broke 80 cents, so all the way would be 71. I'll be all flat if it gets to 71 cents. Naked Brands wants to give it all back.
Yeah, here goes Palantir again, man. Yeah, we're giving some back on Palantir, obviously, here today, as it's going back down to like $24. Like this is honestly, for me, this is a big surprise. I was not expecting this on this day here, but we know, we've talked about this over and over again, that Palantir does make funny moves on earnings days. So, we can wait for them to make a move back upside, but, if this cracks through 24, we're already down that 10% now, which is unbelievable. We thought we had a decent spot here for Palantir this morning when we came in. It was up to $27, man. And then this always happens every single earnings play. So, hey, like we say, stay in some powder here and see if you can, average in a little bit to some of these trades. I think Palantir was a great report. We talked about that. Higher government revenues, right? Higher commercial revenues. 4 cents versus 4 cents. They met. They didn't beat. And their cash flow, 30%, was a good one. And we'll wait, man. We'll wait. But we got to wait. We have no choice right now. We did take another bid here on Roblox. Let's see, defending this area bottom of 96 or so. We did get one spot out there off of our first trade, but then we got long again and made it back, and now we're sort of holding the bag on this long. But our average price now 97.80, so we're back in a dollar on Roblox. I think we could take that right now. I mean, anywhere in here, probably worth taking 99.50, 99.20, even right here. Take that buck and change on Roblox because nothing else seems to be working out for us. So let's take a buck on Roblox, and then we'll just hope that Palantir somehow makes a move back up.
Yeah, just checking on some other names here, just so you guys can see what is and is not happening. Here's something like a Microsoft, like where this is happening, where this not. Microsoft is flat on the session. Now it's down a couple of dollars, but some relative strength. Obviously, this is more about the names that have been going parabolic, the names that have had the higher valuations, the names that have been sort of scaring you, like is getting too much parabolic. Like I was saying on the chart of NVIDIA this morning, not happening in something like a Microsoft. So understand where the safety is going to be in this market. Tesla just got back up to 1080. Now it's getting close enough for the first registering. I'll still be down on the stock, obviously, because I tried multiple longs. It's now the third one here. So as I get some out at 1085, this is about just moving on to the next trade. Probably not patient enough at the bottom. I shouldn't say that. It was probably not fast enough on the wick bottom because that 60 long could have been 1040, as I was telling a trader formerly known as Jude. Gets back to 1100, we can reassess. NVIDIA is still trying to make its bottom here, as you are seeing it. And I should be pulling up the 15-minute chart for just about everything, right? Because forget about your minute chart. That's utter nonsense. You got to pull back to the 15 to start to test some of these levels. NVIDIA, you have this 310.65, which it's trying to hold. That is yesterday's top. There's support to 305. I think if it takes out that 310, you're looking back to that 305. Tesla's on the rebound. NVIDIA has yet to make a bottom. I got a 13 long. And I don't want to add, in case we break, to have a failed break at that yesterday's high, and then that would be a place to add on a failed break to the downside. So Tesla looks like it's recovering here. If it gets to 1100, fantastic. If NVIDIA is making its bottom, it looks like this cluster of support is going to be the key. And then can it get back to those previous highs, that 314 area? Once that happens, I think it's going to be smooth sailing for the rest of the day. But I don't think it's out of the water yet, as much as Tesla seems like it is now at 1090, right? So I mean, $30 seems like it's a good winning trade. Tesla opened at 1173 and went down $140. So $30 ain't nothing.
That's unbelievable, honestly. Like, so we'll ring the register a little bit here. And look, we're not raining down too much money today. We're just barely positive, or barely negative, sorry, on the day here. Roblox has been a good one for us. We took another $1 as now it comes back in, man. We're still watching out for some of these bottoms to come through. You know, what's really been a part of the problem here for me today, obviously, is going to be our friend Palantir. We've talked about that. But look at AMD, man. AMD starting to run right now as well. So we're trying to, you know, like Neil, basically, you know, trying to stick with some names that we know has some rebound possibilities. So there it is right there on AMD. We just take that smooth dollar out right there as it's going back up to the upside. 144.40 we're long, so I like that trade. We'll see if it can continue to work for us. But AMD right now, nicely in the money, $1 plus. And like I said, some of this is keeping our head above water here. Thank God that we've had some decent plays here. So that's a nice dollar. The Roblox is a nice dollar. And then PayPal's waiting to break 200. That's what we're waiting for on that one. A sad day here for PayPal. Down another down 12%, and just getting uglier, man. I mean, this is here we go. It's going to crack 202 right now, Neil. I don't know. Let's get some more out on AMD as we're now $1.20 in the money.
This was, yeah. I mean, this is one of those like didn't sniff it out for the short reversal. I'm kicking myself because maybe I should have thought about it first with Roblox. But again, that's for the trade ride home when I'm trying to reassess. PayPal gets close to this 200. If it makes any kind of a bounce here, we're going to take a shot at it. Obviously, I've been waiting for it to get to 200 price, and we're coming there. Tesla checking up sub 1100. I'm looking for this. Look, if Tesla comes back, it can break 1100. And I'm just looking, I mean, 1140 was that obvious level, but 1115, 1118 was that first level that I thought could be a long, which would make it the good target up at about 1115 or so. So that's where I want to get out of Tesla. But here comes 200 on PayPal. It's time to start getting into that long for me because, you know, can't wait for 200 to break. This is still not, guys, I can look at the futures here. Like, this is still not really bouncing on the NASDAQ. We're right at these lows. So I know Tesla has bounced, but, you know, make no bones about it. Like, this market is still retesting some of these levels where we had some consolidation, at least on the NASDAQ. It's not 1%. But this is what's happening here. We're still falling down. NVIDIA hasn't made a bottom. The chip makers haven't made a bottom. And PayPal definitely hasn't yet.
I think AMD, I don't know what's going on with NVIDIA, but AMD definitely made a bottom. We just took a $1.50 win there on AMD. So hopefully that can continue. I mean, we're rocking, man. This has been a big savior right there, that play. We talked about this before, and like I know Trader Prad mentioned this to me before as well, that, you know, I yelled to him there, go over to something that you know is strong, right? When we had the Fed come out, right? Go over to something, just like you're in NVIDIA there. Tesla was strong. But, you know, now we're $2 in the money now on this AMD long. So putting to rest some of the worries here for me on today anyways, because it's not as bad as it could have been. Like, if we don't have this long right there, wow, then we'll just continue to get murdered here today as it goes. PayPal, look, man, I've already made my bet on this. This breaks 200, we're gone out of that one, and we'll just say see you later to that trade. Roblox still bouncing around. It's been a good stock today, taking some multiple dollars. We did take that one hit. Let's see if Roblox can continue to go back to the upside. Fisker, we tried that bottom, picking the bottom a little bit there. Didn't work great for us there on Fisker, but I still think that there is a possibility here for that name. So, hey, we'll just continue to look at Fisker. I think you can go long here ahead of that 19 level, and we'll just play it from there. But that's That's Fisker right now. Not really doing too much here, but we'll wait to see where it goes. May have made a bottom at 19. For me, really, man, it's this Palantir just bouncing around 24. We're waiting for a little bit lower where we'll get out of that one if we're wrong. AMD, now that $2 in the money. I'm sure your NVIDIA is doing something similar.
Yeah, I mean, it just bounced, so we're back to basically even on NVIDIA. And someone just put in the chat there, I see it, it's Trader Joe, hard stop saves accounts, no hopium, right? So,
yes.
And I actually said this to Sean when I think we were talking to Brendan. If my stop doesn't hit 1100 on Tesla, I'm not trading here for you guys. And then 1050, same sort of thing, like hard stops, and then find your re-entry point. Stay alive to make the next trade. Like that's what it's all
Look
about.
at this, $3.
Now Tesla gets back to 11, or was at 1100 now. It makes that break. We're going to be able to get $50 back out of it here. Brendo.
Checking out Space here quickly, guys. Just saw, yeah, big pop on Space there as well. $20 up to about 20.75 on huge volume. I'll flip over and show you Kodak as well, because why not? Kodak trying to get in on the fun today. Big volume behind KODK. Also, no indication yet on Hertz, guys, IPO today. Yeah,
me and Neil debating throwing in the towel here because some of these stocks that really shouldn't be going up, you really tend to be going
Virgin
up.
Galactic's going up today.
Like, you know, like we're here trading good quality names, we feel like anyways. And, you know, these other names continue to go up that we don't really like.
Come on, son.
So come on, son. Yeah, what's up to Dr. Drain?
Look, man, I own shares of Virgin
Come on,
Galactic
son,
still.
let's go AMD.
But on a day like today, like this is where the money's going to come into. Look, fine, fair enough. I did mention it wasn't as bad as I think people were I was anticipating with Virgin Galactic. So it was a bit of a surprise to the upside.
FYI, we're cashing out of some Palantir.
PayPal back up to 203. So it looks like waiting around for 200. I'm probably not going to trade Virgin Galactic, so there's no need maybe dwelling on it. But PayPal bounces off of 280 as I'm trying to get it up here, load. Off of 280, back up to 203. It's NVIDIA that I want to try and hold. It's PayPal I want to try and scalp. Tesla's still at that 1095. So just the NASDAQ is now to 0.5. It looks like it's trying to put in that bottom. I'm going to be covering PayPal all the way up to VWAP because this is a little bit different from NVIDIA. Like, I don't think I want to hold PayPal all day long.
Yes, the market, the bulls, they win one more time. So thank God that they finally came through here. We are now up pretty nicely on the day here. As AMD, man, $3 in the money. Hells yeah. AMD, man, a big trade for me there on AMD. Trust me when I tell you that. That's a good one for me, man, all day on PayPal. Sorry, on AMD. PayPal can go to hell still, but Palantir, wow. So lucky, man, on this one. And then sometimes you consider, I mean, look, we're not going to be up on it. I'm just going to say, well, we could be eventually. We'll wait. We'll wait on this one now. Maybe we do have some nice bottoms there, but we are just cashing out of half of our Palantir trade right now because, man, we were in the doldrums there earlier, and now we're just laughing here as we go. We have some nice, let's go, Trader Pratt. I know he's making that cash as well. Let's go, Palantir. Big trade here on Palantir. How about $3 in the money on AMD? Your NVIDIA, I don't know what that's doing, Neil, but AMD right now, $3 in the money. So we'll hit the air horn for that one. We'll hit the cowbells, and we'll do a little bit of floss. Let's get some out.
I don't know why Lyft made just a move there, but anyways, I heard Trader Pratt talk about it, so I went over to it, made a $1 move to the upside. PayPal is getting close to 205. I'm covering PayPal, all of it, in front of VWAP for sure. I'm gonna pull this offer in front of 205 because it's now starting to really scream to the upside and start thinking about 206 the level here. So it looks like it's gonna give you that $5 at least off of that 200 bounce. Tesla is really starting to slow down. It just got to 1100 for like the third time. I know on the minute chart it's a bit deceiving. It's a couple of times it'll bounce up here, but it has tested at least 3 times to this 1100. If it doesn't break it soon with the market coming back up, I might just take it off and hold on to, like I said, that NVIDIA position which just went in the money. Otherwise, it's 1115 or so that we have as a bit of a target. The other name that we thought we should have had to the short side, guess what? The trade desk made a bounce. So it pulled off of its highs, and then the strongest stock in the market this morning was the trade desk. It is now coming back into the upside. I would still anticipate this could be a bit of a fade off that 100 level or the current highs if it gets there.
Now, what are we even talking about here? I mean, your NVIDIA, I'm in NVIDIA now too. Let's go, man. $3. We're actually up now at this point more money than we were up yesterday at this point, guys. And we were like hating on this market earlier. Wow, what a battle back here this has been today, man. Super pleased with this. Look at this at AMD long. I'm gonna put this one. I should make an NFT NFT of that, like, because I was sweating that one. And then here goes PayPal, man, right back to the upside, defends that 200. Wow, back up, man. This might be a cash out situation here for me on PayPal, as it's just, wow, 205. We're back in the money on PayPal. Wow, unbelievable. Was not expecting that one. And then our Palantir, like, this one just took off for us back to the upside, man. Look where we're long on Palantir, 24.22. Look, it's not going to be a profitable name for us today, right? But we made back a hell of a lot more money than we thought we were on this trade, so that's a good one. Roblox still $1 plus in the money, just ticked down near $100 right there. Probably get that out next time that happens, man. Roblox, just make a few trades here, all longs, good name for us. But wow, I'm just in love with what's happening right now. What's up, Brendo?
Here comes the first one, guys. 27. Early look there for Hertz, 27 versus 29 on the open with the negativity. Hey, not too bad.
Not the best day.
We just
totally
looked at each other like we forgot about
And
Hertz.
that's part of the problem debuting on a day like today, because everyone's attention is somewhere else right now, Hertz, obviously, as you can tell. We'll see. Things might settle down by the time Hertz does open up. It's only 10:15 or so that could be a little bit of time. As Brendan already went over some of the levels. That would be my concern. I'm not taking the opening print on Hertz. I mean, I probably wasn't doing it anyways. I definitely wouldn't be doing it in a day where the market's doing this. I mean, it goes without saying. Tesla now gets to VWAP. It's still battling upside. Starting to slow down a little bit here, guys. And I should be only showing you guys 15-minute charts, because, I mean, the minute, it's just not going to tell you the story. So this is the wick bottom. It broke that 1050, resisted the halt. Now, obviously, I mean, this is ridiculous to think about, but 1,000 and 1,010 would have been those levels had it gone any further and actually halted. Now I'm starting to think about that 10.15 to 10.18 area. These previous highs when we broke 1,100, these lows when we made the break to 1,200 here, that's that price area that I think would be that sweet spot to be able to get out. I did take some NVIDIA out, but I want to be holding it. And look, we talked about some other names that were going there. Lucid was down at that 42 level. It made a bit of a bounce here. So again, you sort of when in doubt, zoom out. You take a second, calm yourself down, zoom out, go to the higher time frame, look for some of those bottoms for confirmation. Tesla was more about the 10% than anything else, but certainly unlike Lucid, or if you look at it, NVIDIA, I mean, PayPal was more about 200, I suppose, as well, but it was about finding these levels, and then once it bounces, getting into the long after it's confirmed that we're bouncing off of that level. That's all you really want to do when the market's panicking like that. And if you got Lucid, I mean, you start thinking about round numbers. This previous area here, 44, 45, sort of the same thing we're doing with NVIDIA on the 15-minute, guys. I'm going right back to once it breaks at 15, going into these previous lows at 20, and between 15 and 20, I want to be all flat on something like this. So, NVIDIA is starting to work back for us here. Oddly enough, Smile Direct it's actually bouncing.
Yeah, I just got out of that. I didn't even know what it was doing.
This is crazy. Smile Direct's a weird one, man. I wrote it off, by the way, after it broke that bottom. I'm like, whatever, the long's not working, it's gone. But NVIDIA, nice recovery. PayPal, great recovery. The market's still down that 0.5%, though.
Yeah, we're three. Look at this, man. We're $4 in the money on AMD. $4 in the money right now on AMD on a good trade there that we gave you guys right there live. And then we're $2 plus now in the money. Go NVIDIA. I mean, you know what? Screw this. I was going to take it out at VWAP, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take this out a lot higher, hopefully, on NVDA as this one continues to rock and roll. Good outs on Palantir, man. When that thing just ripped up there, we were just like, let's not like. Neil, apologies. I owe you apple fritter. Let's not look a gift horse in the mouth right there as this one rips right up to 24.60, man. We were not expecting that move. Like, we were like, hallelujah, hallelujah. And so we got out, man. We got out of 2/3 of our position when it ripped right back into this area. And that's, part of what Neil and I are trying to teach. Like, you zoom out and you don't think every single stock is going to moon. You got to look at levels, man. And like, we've had a hard time breaking right here. So why, when the market is so negative, would we come up here and take this out, right? So we hold on to some just in case, but we definitely take some out as wow. AMD still $4, man. That PayPal, I guess we were trash talking that a little bit too much. We're still back to flat on this, but it got up to 205. Almost, it actually broke through 205, man. It got up to 205.30 there, and we didn't do anything about it. That actually turned into a nice winner for us. As Roblox still, man, a nice little move here to the upside, $1.50 in the money on a bunch of names here. We have $3 in the $3.50 in the money on AMD, $2 in the money in NVIDIA, $1.50 in the money on Roblox, and we're holding on for dear life with PayPal. But someone who we cannot leave for very much longer is Brendan over there at the big screen, as he's going to go over, looks like EVGO, a small cap recap.
morning, guys. Yeah, busy morning. A few small caps moving as well. If you were short at any point, you were not wrong. We'll put it that way. EVGO, we were talking about the GM Uber deal that was announced this morning, or extension of their current agreement. 17.50 you could have used. There was 17 as well below that. As soon as it got below that, it fell $2 in a straight line. So EVGO, great move back to the downside this morning. PPSI, one from yesterday. I was just using the support from late in the day. It was kind of chopping back and forth through. It was about 825, 830 was a bit of a range. It doesn't even get back up to that at the open, and then fell $1. Straight line to the downside for PPSI. So a great move down as well. INVZ, I talked about 540. That broke, gave you a bit of a flush down to 5, but that was it. It hasn't really done much since then. Volume already dying here. We're trying to get back up to 5. So yeah, pretty good morning, guys, for small cap recap. Back over to you.
So if you guys remember Pets from yesterday,
yes,
that just broke 7. I missed the 7 break, but then it goes into like that halt state. It resists the halt, which has been like, I don't know, like so many stocks resist the halt and then go anyway. So I got 44 when it resisted the halt, and it continues to rise. So I'm just gonna start taking it out here because I anticipate it might resist the halt another time to the upside, but Pets is really going. I should have a 7 break. I was just saying in the chat, double top on Pets. And then I had to stop. I did have an order to get in. I didn't catch it. I tried to take that halt, and instead I'm going to end up scalping it out here because if you resist the halt once, I'm not going to, you know what, look a gift horse in the mouth. Here it goes, trying to halt again at 777. It will be the first halt of the day on Pets. This is not Pet V. This is PETZ.
Right.
This actually is doing a little bit more volume. That's the one from yesterday. Pet V was no news. It was one that halted a couple of times on no news this morning. This is a different symbol, of course.
Okay, what did I just do there? I should have got out of NVIDIA because NVIDIA is not the darling right now that AMD is for some reason. Like AMD just continues to make moves to the upside. Like I'm $4 or $5 in the money on this one. And then NVIDIA just turned, we were $3 in the money on this NVIDIA trade.
I'm back to flat on it.
Yeah, and exactly. And now it's just come right back in. So let's maybe just get out of our AMD right now because we don't need this market to fall back in one more time. So NVIDIA, yeah, I'm pissed. I'm actually pretty upset with myself on that, to be completely honest with you guys. I feel like I should have done better on that NVIDIA. It was just right up near that VWAP. So we'll try not to make a mistake here. What is this level? 147.30. We're already sort of cracking that. So 147 break downside. We'll get out of this one. That's going to be AMD. 147 break down. We'll take $3 and run away. I'm already disappointed with myself on NVIDIA. What's up, Brendan?
Just looking at Bitcoin with a bit of a move to the downside. This could have something to do with that. Apple's CEO Cook saying while they have looked at cryptocurrency tech, it is not something they have immediate plans to do. That is from CNBC, guys, for Bitcoin. So a bit of a move down there for Bitcoin.
The question is Roblox. Yeah, we'll look at Bitcoin and stuff now. I mean, I say the question is Roblox because where do we get out, man? Are we going to hold this or are we going to let this ride to the upside right now as Roblox continuing to make moves? It's right at VWAP, and I don't want to make a mistake about this name. So it's right at VWAP here and still making moves to the upside. So we'll see where we get out. Whoa, here we go. Let's go. Break that Hundy. And then we're now $2 in the money on Roblox, $2.80 in the money. We didn't get out there. About to get out right now on AMD, hopefully. Well, not hopefully. Hopefully it continues to make move to the upside there. It almost cracked 147. What are you looking at?
No, like now Pets is going to halt. So like it was a failed halt before, which caused me to scalp in and out of the trade and only make like 10 to 15 cents. And then it goes into the halt here at 812. Cancel that. I had like a bunch of orders I have to try to get along. It goes to 812. It actually goes into the halt state now. So this is continuing to run. PETZ, by the way. Whoops, there's my 15 minutes. It's already broken through yesterday's high, that 755. So that's come and gone. Nothing to look at on the daily chart. Should be a 5-minute volatility halt. There's other things moving in the market, believe it or not, and Pets is certainly one of them. I love these trades. So while I've already made the bottom pick. I've already scalped some out of NVIDIA, half of that out, almost all out of PayPal, and still holding on to some Tesla here. So starting to go back to some of the others. As the market tries to rebound and we look to cover some of those longs, I'm going to go into the movers here, and PETZ definitely shaping up as one, up 33%. So the small cap game doesn't die even on a day like today. And this one absolutely running. I'm just kicking myself for not holding any of this to the long side.
All right. Oh, today's menu just popped in. Ooh, not bad. English battered cod with roasted mini potatoes.
Okay.
Okay.
I
We
like
had fish and chips on the weekend, so I'm down.
That's
Hello,
not really fish and
Roblox. Yeah. Well, it said beer battered though, or whatever I said. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a fish and chips there. Look at this, man. Roblox. Hell yeah. We are now $5 in the money. So yeah, we're cruising right now on RBLX. To the upside, man. I mean, what a great move this is. We're long on our own account, 75 or whatever the hell it was, and now we're long here one more time for you today. And we just talked about defending some of those bottoms, and we did that over and over and over again. One time it slipped us out, which was a good thing because it went all the way to 94. But $5 now in the money on Roblox, and this is continuing to make moves to the upside. So let's go, Roblox. Nice move on the upside here for that name. Wow. AMD, $4 in the money, man. Go back to the best names. And PayPal. Hello, PayPal. We did take a piece out there, like we said, for flat. Now let's keep going to the upside. We're 30 cents now in the money. A whopping 30 cents in the money on PayPal, down $20 today, but we are 30 cents in the money on PayPal. So hopefully that continues to make moves to the upside. And then, you know, our friend Palantir, whatevs, man. I mean, they're right back to these lows. I'm not as worried about, I don't even know if I have a stop order now. We've been emptying out a lot of these shares anyways, but very, very disappointing for Palantir. We do have to, you know, relook at some of these trades that we're making on this name and see what happens. But PayPal, Palantir, yeah, not good, man. A breakthrough 24, a little bit lower than that, and we'll get out of this one. Hopefully PayPal can run. I still think this could be a big winner for us. I don't even have any offers out. That's a lie. I have one at 207 right here. So hopefully we can get out some at VWAP, and then we'll let the rest ride high.
0655 for me. Pets should open up in
that'd be
2
great.
minutes or so. Look, there's a, I don't, we talked about AMC. I'll quickly say it. Down only 9%, but this got a bounce off of, when the market was flushing, it's bounced off of 40 even, it looks like, so 40.25 or so, and trying to break back up. So 40 support holding on AMC. Brendo,
it was crazy yesterday, guys. I just talked about this, but PPSI just halts to the upside again. So little tiny float on this one, moving around once again. So halt upside now, PPSI.
Okay, so Pets, now PPSI. That's another one to watch. I mean, look, I like these halt plays because guaranteed, I guess, volatility is what you're looking for in this kind of a market. So that's why I went over to Pets, and that's why I'll probably gravitate to PPSI. I just looked in on something else, Plug Power, which thank goodness remained register there. That crashed to 39 and now rebounding to 41. So this is back to flat. I'm supposing a lot of these names, like, similarly, are going to make those moves. So watch out for like an FSL. I'm guaranteeing it made that bounce. You got to pick what you're comfortable with when you jump to some names. Tesla was moving the most. NVIDIA, I knew some of the levels, and PayPal 200. That's the only reason I went to those places. But now I'm kind of holding on to those. And as I said, looking over at Pets and now PPSI for these reopen, halt and then reopen style plays. Here, because I know that's a guaranteed like sort of setups I'll be able to hang on to. Whereas now we've got the bottoms close to on some of these longs. There's nothing left to do except I think hold them and start taking profit on the way up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right now just sort of debating what to do here with Roblox. I mean, we're getting close to being tipped out of this 101 or 102 or so here. We're already in the money, $5 on this name. So I just don't know. I don't. I feel like we could take out this 104. Maybe we'll go long again if we do that. So right here, I just feel that this is a good spot to get out. 103 and change, 102.50, something like that. So I think we should ring the register here up $5 on Roblox. What's up, Brendo?
One that made a big move yesterday, guys. Some of the clean energy names just flying by there on volume. Remember, Polar Power popped up right at the end of the day. So got back above 6 there and put in some pretty good volume. Keep in mind, if you're brand new to the channel and joining us for the first time, starting yesterday, guys, we're going all day long, 8:30 in the morning to 4 p.m. You get to watch us stream all day long. So join us all day, whenever you want, as long as the market's open. We will be here for you. It's 10:30. That means there's an hour left over in the European session. Miss V is watching what's going on over there. What's up? He is not paying attention,
Sorry.
so we'll get back to Miss V in a second.
Prize, Randy's over there. Okay, so we'll rain down some money, man. We'll explode it. Big win for us here, but we did get out of Roblox right there at 102.50. It's now Jesus, this is exactly what we were scared of happening, that we would miss. But there goes Roblox, man, right up to the upside. Yeah, we are hella excited about Roblox, as this is now up 35, 36% and still ripping, man. We're having a great day. We gave up $2 there, damn it. We could have had even more on that play, but whatever, it is what it is. Our Nvidia's doing absolutely nothing. Our Palantir's back up to 40. Let's go, man. Ring the Reggie on that one, man. No more crying anything on this. Just pissed off that we let that Roblox go, but we made the calculated decision that we've seen these tops there, and we'll just wait on that one. Really disappointed with Nvidia, of course.
Yeah, I mean, like, that one needs to get off the schneid. Like, it came all the way back to that 312. Pets reopened, by the way. It stalled out at 850. That's, essentially open up higher, fail at that sort of round number at 850. If it breaks 850, I'm going to get out of it. But not chasing along at these prices usually. I'm going to look for, it's a day 2 type play, right? So I'm going to start looking for that short, which I just got into. Risk about 25 pennies plus slippage. And if it halts to the upside, I'll play it again on the reopen. Brendan again.
I was saying in the pre-market, guys, I can't remember the last time there were so many individual news stories. RCL with a bit of a move here as well. Their CEO stepping down. So Royal Caribbean down here 1.5%, trying to bounce back to 92, but CEO stepping down for RCL. All right, take 2. Miss V, what's up?
Hey Brandon, European markets are mixed. Earnings remain in focus. Bayer trading in Germany is up around 2% after posting higher quarterly adjusted earnings that beat analysts' expectations. Back to you.
Yeah, decent bounce here, guys. Dare we say the market's trying to bounce a little?
Well, I mean, it's been doing it for a bit here. I mean, we're back at 11 on Tesla as it continues to try. Nvidia's trying that 12 level. I mean, PayPal's okay. It was just like I just stopped out at 850 on Pets on the 25 short, and then it jams up to 9, does a fail break at 9 even, and then I'm back playing around this 850 level. So 847 I have to the south side here. Now the previous high on that initial stop was an 875. Do I give it to 9? That never makes any sense to me in this spot. So I'm going to only give it to that 875 range and see if I can't build into a bigger position. Again, that's a failed break high at this point. And that's all I'm going off of. Failed break at 9 even, as opposed to just stepping in front of that sword. And I'm going to try to get an 840 to 850 average price, risking the 75. And if it doesn't go, so if it doesn't end its party here on Pets, I'm really only looking short at this point. So halts to the upside again, I'll probably look for short entries. Once it's already halted up once, and then had a failed break, I'm tend to stay on the short side of the trade. I actually, for some reason, have Smile Direct up, and I'm just mesmerized by the fact that it's not moving. Like, I don't understand how it's not moving.
Yeah, I've stepped away from that one. I mean, I took a 5-cent hit, 5-cent win on that one, and we just passed the buck on that. So Nvidia's not doing anything, and quite frankly, it's not interesting anymore to me. It's still, I mean, I'm still interested in it. I think there's room here. I don't know why it's not going. Like, why do we have a $4 winner on AMD? Like this is Nvidia right here, right? Doing nothing. And then here's AMD, like, just absolutely took off. Now it's doing nothing, but wow. This was really my day saver right here. We took it twice down to 144. We saw that wick bottom down there to 144, 143.90. To me, that was a good indicator. We know we want to get the strongest name in the market anyways, and so we choose that with Nvidia and with AMD, and I'm just waiting for Nvidia to go. But like I said, I have all day, but I have today, but not all day. So if we break through this 311, I'm gone. So that's going to be my out. 311, I'm gone on Nvidia. I've made too much money back to sit here and spill this on Nvidia. So we're going to get out of that one. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I know there's a conference, something coming up at 11. I've been looking it up there. Apple, apparently CEO Tim Cook, like, he's been in crypto for a while. Like, how much money does that guy have in crypto? Wow. I can't even imagine. But, he's talking about it being part of everybody's portfolio. Makes sense to me. We've been talking about that from time, man. I've been saying 10% of your portfolio for a long time. If you've been doing that, man, now it's like 30% of your portfolio. But here we go, 201 right now on PayPal. We did get some out. We talked about that at 204, which at that time was our average price. We only have 2 ins here, 205.20 and then 203.20. So that gives us an out at 204.20. So that's the flat out there. Now we'll wait for a flat earther move down through 200, man. And
well, if it happens.
If it happens, yeah, like flat earth, right? So we'll wait to see if that comes through. But PayPal right now, bleh.
You're saying the earth isn't flat, Sean? Is that what you're getting?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a man of science, so I don't know if the earth is flat or not, but I believe that it probably is.
Yeah, I mean, not flat.
What am I talking about? Wait. Circular, yeah, not a flat earth.
I know, we all know.
I like that.
I hope
Have you
we all
ever
know
seen
what
that? There was something on Netflix about flat earthers. I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so this Pets just made its first move down. It held at 8 even, by the way. I got some shares out starting at 8. I got bids all the way down to that breakout at 7. I mean, this was a failed hold at 744, not a breakout. The break was at 7 even. So I'm going to start getting out all the way down to VWAP. If it breaks 875, I'm out of this bad boy. I don't want to reverse into a long. Because at this point, I'm thinking short trade, basically only on this. And every single pop it makes, I'm going to be looking for those short opportunities. PayPal just came all the way back. I think you might have already mentioned this. Well, not all the way back. So 2080, 280 is that current low. It's
Remember,
back
this was
at
the flat earth talk.
It's about 201. I'm looking to reload on this stock, right? So as long as the market's still coming back to the upside, and we're above that 200, I'm looking for the reload. So I'm going to park a bid in front of 201, like 25 for a reload. Just makes sense that it could possibly give another chance here.
Yeah, I know we're trading a lot of the same names here, so we can go on to something else. I mean, NVIDIA, I'm basically out of that in 2 seconds. So you'll see that come out of NVIDIA hopefully in a couple, well, not hopefully, but hopefully we get that 311 break cleanly and we don't have to suffer through this. So this is going to be a break for me. There we go. So we don't have that many negative stocks, man. We have Fisker and we have NVIDIA, and then we have small on Palantir, which we're trying to make back right now as well. So there it goes, man. I'm done with you, NVIDIA there. That was very disappointing, man. I thought there was a chance for that to go. Obviously, we're wrong on that NVIDIA play, so we'll move on from that.
Until it breaks yesterday's highs.
Yeah, 147. We may get out of AMD if it does dip down here as well. I mean, if NVIDIA can start to go down, man, maybe this is what happens with AMD. So 147.40, we'll get out of AMD, which is very, very close. We were going to wait for 147 flat down here. Maybe we'll do that, but I don't want to give up 50 cents. We'll do it. We'll wait for this 147. If it breaks right here, we'll get out 147 AMD.
Yeah, for me, I wanted to wait till it's probably a difference. What's the word? Distinction without a difference. Is that what it is? So NVIDIA breaks yesterday's highs. That was my support. That was about 310.50, and that's where I wanted to give it up. I'm looking back at Roblox here, if only because it got to that high on the daily. Of course, the high in the daily was at 104, lovely you saw here. And then, of course, yesterday in the afternoon, in the aftermarket, 105. So when it gets to this range, that was the only place that I liked another potential break, but even a short as well. So it's a long ways away from where we're trading it this morning on a couple of dips, but this could be resistance. If this market flushes again, I do expect that there could be some panic in the streets. That Pets is right back down to $8. I'm not covering anything else on Pets unless it's below $8 or stopping me out at $8.75 and then all the way down to VWAP, guys.
Yeah, we're just refreshing some of our orders here to make sure that we do have the right stop orders on. We've already talked about where our AMD stop is. We've talked about, my Palantir stop is down here, right? But we're going to wait to see if I have to reload this. This will be more at, I will reload it. It will be at 24. We'll reload a little bit there at 24. If it does come back in, we're just cleaning out a little bit more on this trade, as we like this name, Palantir, obviously, if you can't tell. And then PayPal looks like, I'm just in love with the decision right there to get at least out of third, which we did do on that last play there for PayPal. But it is looking like it wants to continue its nonsense to the downside here. Down in a whopping 12% is unbelievable right now. Okay, Palantir, I see you. Back up to 24.40. I'm going to try to hold this now all day. I don't have any more offers on this. We'll see if it can make its move back to the upside here, especially if the market goes. That'd be pretty sweet. So the only thing really that we're worried about is a 147 break here on AMD. But we're getting close to getting out even if we want to at 148. This is a $4. We've had multiple $5 winners on board today, including this Roblox 97.50, guys. Out 102.50, now at 104.50. So we missed that $2. That king of a day. Thank you for Trader TV Live. I think you mean that kind of a day, but thank you or maybe king. What's up? I like the king because we have this one, the Wiz. We like the Wiz there. Short space. Yeah, if it's the flat Earth, you're right, man. We should short space if that is the case. And yeah, we almost got caught there, guys, on that. When you're hosting the show, making live trades, discussing with my man here a few different ideas. Yeah, sometimes we get caught.
It was just a slip.
On those things.
I know what you meant, man.
But hey, man, I like Kyrie Irving. Do you, Brendan? Over at the big screen.
Kyrie wasn't serious. He's not really.
He is serious.
Just a heads up, guys. They're replaying that clip from Tim Cook, so we could get a move or more of a move there in cryptocurrency. So heads up. On CNBC, obviously. Big moves, big names making big moves, ruling the day so far for the market. We're down 0.3% here. That's PayPal. Tough to see. Almost 11%. That's Tesla. 6.7% currently for Tesla. GM and Ford underneath it. They're being dragged along with it to the downside 2+% for both of those. So tech shares leading the way as far as decliners are concerned. Over here, just worth mentioning, some of the retail names are showing some strength. So there is some positivity in the consumer discretionary sector coming through from retail names. DHI reported 3.5% to the upside. GE, 6%. We talked about the news this morning. GE in the industrials group having a nice day. Boeing, Caterpillar, on the other hand, 1.3% each to the downside. So some of the industrials in positive territory. All the travel names that we saw positive yesterday, not so much today, about 1.5% for the airlines. That's Moderna, 3.7% to the downside. Energy stocks as well, helping to kind of offset any positivity. So we're bouncing, but it's still 0.25%, guys, in negative territory. Back over to you.
So there's a bit of a wall here. 20 minutes to go until we send you guys to memes and movers. We'll be back, of course.
Wish I did have
you guys
PayPal.
know. 105 on Roblox has a bit of a wall. So it stalled out a couple times. We talked about 105. It's a short, and then it's a reverse when it breaks that side. So look, I took the long trade off the bottom. Wish I'd held it. Did not. Got out in front of 100, that 95 long. But now short at 104 and change. It's a reversal if it breaks the top. It has not happened yet, so we'll stick with this one. I just got the reload on PayPal. Remember, if PayPal breaks 200, bye-bye, I'm out of that one. Again, it's just a long off of that bottom. And there was nothing else to look at on PayPal. But Roblox 105 now about to get tested again. There was a bit of size there before. It's now gone, but there's a refresher that's been holding it and now for a third minute or so. When it does break, which it does feel like it's almost inevitable,
Yep.
You got to think about those round numbers, 107.50, 110, those types of things to the upside.
Yeah, I'm with you on all of that. Right now, we just went longer on PayPal right now as it comes back in. So we just took a 40 bid, so that's working out quite well as well. Right there. Do I think PayPal calls are good? Did someone ask me that question? Okay, why is Macy's going down? We'll look at that, Baby Buffett. Thank you so much again for the $5. We love all these. Thank you so much. And again, we are
They're
live.
paying their employees more. They're doing all this kind of like free college, all that kind of stuff.
Who?
They're like to battle to try to get.
Macy's.
Yeah, I was reading it this morning.
Okay.
Which
That
is,
shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't make the stock go down.
Again, it's them. Everyone's battling to be able to get people to work for them, right? So the idea that you got to pay more and you're in this bidding war might be weighing on it a little bit. Plus, it was also one of these high flyers that had been ramping up and had such a good-looking chart, and then that could be playing into it as well. So I think it's probably a couple of things, that story, and then on top of that, the market pullback in some of the, I guess, higher valuation names, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, all that makes sense. So good. So there's a little call there. Thank you for the super chat, Baby Buffett.
I like that name.
Yeah, me too. In the building one more time. So thank you so much. Look, PayPal, we're going to wait. Our plan is about as easy as it gets on PayPal, so we don't need to review that, man. 200 breaks. We gone on that one. You got to have some outs, man. NVIDIA, I want to punch myself in the face. But also with Roblox, man, we'll fire off.
It just broke.
What did?
105 Roblox broke.
Yeah, I'm on it. But the thing about Roblox is I've already been long down here 97. Like, damn it, that should be a $10 winner, but we put that money in our pocket. We're still up huge, man. Roblox, my number one stock on the day, as we've just been crushing it. AMD actually going to be my number one stock on the day, but unrealized gains right now as we're still in this name. So we're in 25% of this for a $4 win, on Roblox on AMD right now. Roblox would be king, man. Wow, 105 just took it out right there.
Yeah,
nice
looks like a
call
fail
out
break
there on that. Nice short there. I know you were talking about that 105 short. Back down.
That's a fail break.
This is just violent right now. Yeah, fail break to the downside there on Roblox. Palantir, we've talked about that in AMD. We may have to just get out some AMD as we're just right there. We just touched 149 there on AMD, so that could be a spot of concern. But even right here, 148 break to the downside. Maybe we just get out of that. But wow, what a nice little $5 win right now for AMD. We're happy with that. And let's go, PayPal. Let's go. Just needs to get back, man. We're long at 203, so a little bit longer here on PayPal. We'll do it. But why are we ignoring you, Palantir? As that is now back upside in the money. So we don't have any problems with this. We're going to wait for 2480. Let's take out VWAP. Well, let's put an offer right here, 60.65. Get out a little bit in case it does go back upside. But right now, Palantir kicking for us.
Yeah, and fail break, I think, on that, at least for now on Roblox. It took out that 105. Whoops. It's always in New York. It hasn't changed yet. It took out that 105, comes right back into that 104. So inside of that channel, I'm not going to fight with it. Either breaks back out or flushes back in, and then I'll get in. Not inside of this 104, 105 do I want to sort of mess around with it. I haven't, I have been ignoring Tesla. And again, Tesla was a bit different from all the other bottom picks, right? So I'm still going to be in this one holding on to it because that was a $1 trillion company resisting a limit down. And so that's just a different ball game, man. So I kind of think like if the rubber band breaks here and we break that 105, we're going to get what we're looking for to the upside. A little bit more confidently than some of these other ones. Definitely PayPal, I would say. But it needs to break this 1105 here. We get past this, I think we can get into those teens, 20s area where I think it makes sense to take some profit. So I am still hanging on to that. I did reload over in PayPal, but that's a straight trade off that 200 level. I feel like there's a few names from this morning which could get going. This INVZ, which I've been watching here, made a harsh bottom off the open and is now consolidating. If the volume were to pick up, 550 would look good, but that's only if the volume were to pick up.
Yeah, Palantir starting to go, man. We just hit 50 there. I mean, maybe that's worth taking out. We're 30 cents now in the money. We talked about maybe we would be able to get back to positive on Palantir. It won't be this trade. We'll have to make another one, but this was a good trade. We just got too much out here. We were hoping that this sort of would have continued to move, but instead now we're trying to be smart about it, and we're right at these levels. We're going to wait for a little bit higher to get some. You know what? Let's put an offer at 55 here to get out of that one. We were going to wait for 60, but if we can get 55s now on this name, we shall take it on PayPal, on Palantir right now. But look, it sucks that we have to wait to the end of the show to buy. We talked about all these dips that I wanted to buy, man. Would have loved to buy AMD in my own account down here, but we still have it for you right now. $5 in the money is a good call. As here comes PayPal. Let's go. You can get back to life. What's up, Brendo?
A few people talking about Hive blockchain here, guys. I'll show you the, it's an interlisted name, obviously. The primary listing here in Canada was halted here in Canada pre-market, actually. So 5:55 a.m. Was the halt here in Canada. They've just now halted the U.S. Listing as well. So maybe that's an indication that the news is close. Anyways, guys.
Yeah, and again, always check out that NASDAQ trade halt if you can. It'll let you know the difference between, and again, news pending with a T1 there, or just a limit up, down, and a volatility halt. Because if you sit there thinking it's a volatility halt, you're going to be surprised in 5 or 10 minutes when it does not open up, which is exactly what could happen here. That Roblox is trying to break back into the downside. Look, PayPal, I got the reload, and I'm going to get out some more shares in front of 204. But I just want to go over some of the names that I know we should be watching because of the news they had. Laser caught a bid off of $20, now coming right back in. So much like PayPal, if you're thinking about things that have made a bit of a bid, you start to retest it. 20, 200, kind of like the same thing. If it bounces off 200, I'll be looking for that on a re-entry point, just like we took the re-entry on PayPal, which is getting very close to a reload and a reward. We took out in front of 204 the first time. I will do it the second time again, and then hunt for VWAP on the rest of the shares. The plan hasn't changed. It's just it gave you the second salvo here with the market still trying to make its rebound. Overall, to show you guys in the NASDAQ, it did hold this 16.2. Wow, look at that. Look at these levels holding up. Hopefully, Arun made a bit of a killing.
Look at me, America.
Level, and we're still heading back in. Now only 1/3% to the downside on the NASDAQ. So the overall market recovery is sort of well within swing, although there's a few names that haven't participated all the way.
Yeah, weed names not participating either. But there it is, man. We'll take out a little bit there on PayPal as hell yeah. I should say, not hell yeah. This is a good trade for me, man. We just averaging it out again. We'll see where it goes. I mean, this could wind up not being the most fantastic trade here, but we did average some out there on PayPal at that 203. You can see where our average price is now, but you all know that we're not, we've been averaging into this one. It's not going to be a positive name. This needs to get to 204, and then we are positive on PayPal. Can you believe that? If this name gets to 204, we'll be positive on PayPal as everything else is working, man. Look at Palantir. We talked about taking some out right there. And someone said, oh, a lot of trading is gambling and things like that. Sure, if you don't have your outs, right, then I would agree wholeheartedly with you on some of that. If you're just going to sit here and roll the dice day after day on the market and on some of these names, then it's not going to be a great call for you, right? But generally speaking, if you have some of these outs and ins, then we can cruise together, right? Look at this, $4 winner, $5 winner now on AMD. We had a monster winner on Roblox that we got out of. Still happy with getting out, but left some money on the table. And then Palantir, just like I said, right back up to the upside. So let's just keep this party going today. It's been a big day for us. I'm up more today than I was before, but it didn't start yesterday. But it didn't start that way, right? We had to chase some bottoms there. NVIDIA really is pissing me off because, like Neil, we both got out here near this 311, 310. It's still not going, but still, that could have been a little bit more money there back in our pockets. But so far, so good, man. Let's just get upside on PayPal. We're 70 cents in the money. We're looking for 205.
Yeah, and just sort of coming back to some other names that are moving. I know Virgin Galactic made that break. Oops, why is that SPY? There we go. Virgin Galactic made that break to the upside. It now got to not not 21.75, but close enough to that, pulling back into VWAP. It does feel like it's starting to settle down. It might turn into a bit of a sell. I know it was a kind of a surprise. I mean, the earnings weren't actually that bad as we got into here, and it made the break at 20, even clean $20 break. I would expect that if the market starts to come back or hold to the upside, you might see a name like this start to pull back into that downside. So kind of the reverse action there. Roblox, it's still making a battle, although I think it was a good decision to get out of that. Whoops, I had it right the first time. I think it was a good decision to get out of that 105 break. I'm now looking to see if we can play the fade as it gets back in towards that 105. If it rejects it a second time, I think it's going to be a short, but we got to get to Brennan at the big screen because it's time for Money Talks.
Yep.
And you know what, Walker?
Hey guys, yeah, so a few things to be aware of here this morning. We'll talk about Bitcoin over there in a second, but I wanted to mention the US dollar here. First off, back to 94. We had that PPI number this morning. We'll get CPI tomorrow morning at 8:30, but this was actually a lot higher than that. So we've come back in quite significantly, back to basically flat, which has the rest of these kind of flat on the day. The Japanese yen, Australian dollar, and New Zealand standing out here all to the downside. Turkish lira higher today. But cryptocurrencies, we got two. I left the cursor on this so you can see 68,550 on the dime to the penny. And then turned around and came all the way back to 66,500. So a bit of a pullback, to say the least, there for Bitcoin. But the new high officially now, guys, 68,550 on the dime. Back over to you.
Damn.
Yeah, nice move upside there today. Obviously for the crypto space, we saw Hive halted. We'll wait to hear about what's going on with them. We weren't expecting those guys to halt, but they did. Right now, it's PayPal, Neil. Back upside, so we're getting close to that 205 right now, which would be a nice little money spot for us if that can come through. So we're waiting for that to happen right now. That's going to be PayPal up to 205, man. If we can get that, I mean, even if we just take this out right here, 204.50, we'll be laughing with that one. But right now, a nice trade for us on there. And AMD's trying to fade back in again. We're still waiting for that 148 to crack. I think that's a good out for us if we do take that back out on AMD.
And just going over to Lyft here, which put a nice little bottom in, consolidating for a potential break. And again, I'm just going to start going through some names here that might have gotten neglected. I mean, I'm still in that naked brands, yeah, yada yada. I mean, if it pops up and breaks 87, I'm going to be out. I'm now waiting. I'm still holding, I guess, a little bit less than half the position, and I want it to go back below that 80 before I start covering a bit more. We're gonna wait for two things, of course. Memes and Movers is coming up in just a few minutes. Hertz has yet, of course, to make its debut, and we're waiting for Hive to reopen as it's halted, even though it's dual listed halted in both Canada and the U.S. Brendo.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people talking about Hertz there, guys, wondering what happened to HTZZ, no longer on the OTC. Set to debut, guys, on the NASDAQ this morning. So HTZ on the NASDAQ coming at any point here for IPO. AI just popped up on huge volume, broke 50, ripped right through to 52.5. So 6.5%, just checking on AI.
C3 AI, okay. UiPath was another name. Now that you mentioned that, over in some AI names here. Okay, that's still up. I was really surprised that this is still up here today. I thought some of these, art kind of names would be getting crushed today, but it doesn't look like it. So Path's still up. There's your AI. I believe that's a NASDAQ stock. Yeah, well, that's down to $52. Wow, these guys had a big IPO as well, and you can see this has been getting. I was gonna say it got upside here big time. There it is right there, 120 as our chart's waiting to load. But we knew that was true as that made a big move up to 180, 190, all the way back down to 50. This could be a nice bottom pick long as well.
Yeah, just looking at, and again, I'm going to come through some of these names that I know we've neglected. So EVgo, this one actually holding up pretty nicely here. It's going to be setting up, looks like, 15 hard, that actually looks pretty good. 15 hard bottom here up from a 19 top, so even dollars, 19 to 15. What's 19? What's between 19 and 15? 17 even in VWAP for a potential breakout in the afternoon. So keep this one on your radar. You want the volume to pick up for any of these types of names. Roblox. I was waiting patiently. No, it's back to 104.5. So right. I was waiting patiently here on that failed break to the upside at 105 for it to retest that high. Now, if it rejects 105 again, I think it turns into a short because you have a failed break top and then you have a lower high. That does set you up for a short trade that I'm going to be taking. I'm not out of. I mean, PayPal, I'm going to definitely cover that. I don't want to hold that all day long because that was just off the 200 level. Even there was no other support that I was looking at down there. So I'm going to get out in front of VWAP. But Roblox looks like it could be that next trade unless we get an open on Hertz or that Hive stock.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, AMD, Neil, still working, man. 150 now. Wow. I mean, this has been a good bottom pick for us, as now you're back up to 150, man. Stick with the best. This is just allowing me to like rocket upside here on my net today. This was really the savior for me. We've talked about that. We let it fall back down, and then we went back up. We're going to do, Valeria's going to come on the screen soon, but right now we're going to go over to Brendan.
A few minutes ago, yeah, we'll get to Prad and Ms. V coming up here. Earnings, still a few notable names on the board for tonight, guys, and before the open tomorrow.
Ooh, Fisker all the way back to the upside. Holy crap, there's Coinbase. We're going to be looking for that. We've taken some money out of Coinbase. I don't know where that is today. I took some money out of 360 yesterday. There's McAfee. You already know that's going to be a buyout, or that is a buyout.
Neo, yeah, ignore McAfee. Look, McAfee shouldn't move. It's a cash deal. I mean, it's going private, so let's not concern ourselves too much with it. Don't get stuck thinking it's going to do anything. But Neo's going to be a big one after all that we're seeing here today. And of course, I mean, Upstart. Wow, there's another.
They're all there, man. I mean, I want to get some money into Win as well. I don't have any exposure to LVS or Macau or anything like that. The only thing we've been buying is Alibaba. We haven't done that in a while. But yeah, look, big time day tomorrow for sure.
DoorDash.
As we're getting really, I mean, I love Win. Yeah, DoorDash, I mean, they're all right there, right? So we'll wait. Here's Coinbase. We did get out of Coinbase yesterday at 360. I want to go to Ms. V right now because I want to talk about some likes right now. We're at 1.6 right now for likes. So Ms. V, I think we need to get a few more of these, don't you?
Hey guys, Sean, you're absolutely right. We deserve much more likes. Let's push them to 2,000. And if we could get 3,000, it would be brilliant because we have 7,000 people watching. So team, it's like o'clock. Please be kind and smash the like button. Also, thank you very much for spending this morning with us. I hope you're doing great. Please join me and Prad for memes and movers to keep trading together. And happy National Scrapple Day, everyone.
Oh my gosh! Without looking at the screen,
switch.
I thought it was Scrabble. I think it's Scrabble.
We have to switch
What's
websites
Scrapple?
because I remember we had this.
What is that?
I mean, every year it's the same stuff, right?
But what is Scrapple?
I mean, we talked about this before, and I think it wasn't potato, or was it something sweet? Like, was it? It almost looked like a creme brulee top there.
It's pork made American dish.
Right, pork. So it's So I don't know. I'm not familiar with what that is. So Scrapple, thank you, Ms. V. Guys, thank you again.
Like spam.
Yeah, that's a hard pass. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. 2.1K likes there. Despite seeing Randy on the show, you guys still like the show. So thank you so much for that one, as there's Randy right there beside me. So we love you, Randy. Long time for sure. But okay, so AMD up to 150, a good trade, man. We're really excited. Look, join us back again at 2. As we come back at 2 p.m. So we get to chill out, we get to have more meetings, work super hard, then come back and trade for you again from 2 to 4. But we have memes and movers coming on right now. I mean, what isn't moving today? We'll look at AMC, GameStop, some of the cannabis names here, PayPal as well, moving around. Palantir, Tesla, on Palantir.
Tesla's barcoding like in a $20 range. If you can even call that barcoding. Roblox back up to that 105, so it does test to 104.75. I get into the short off that recent 105. This is a situation where I'm not giving it to high of the day. I'm just giving it back to that previous 105 where it had the failed break. If it goes, fair enough. If we get back in, I'm looking 103, I'm looking 102, and then I'm looking 101 in front of VWAP, and then hang on to the rest if it is going to be that big pullback. Hanging on to that PayPal trade, and you said AMC there, Sean, that I know Prad's going to be looking at, still holding a higher low off. A lot of stocks flushed and found some support. AMC finding it right at $40, so that's obviously a big level psychologically, in addition to obviously holding the bottom here that we see. We just got a super chat.
Yeah, we got a super chat from Zeus. What's up, Zeus? I like that little is that called an avatar, or what is that called? Yeah, good one there, Zeus. I like that. Thank you so much. I don't know, what currency is that? I don't know. That's a cool one. Thank you so much. Newbies like me. So you want to talk about AGC quickly? We'll do that before we go over. So AGC, again, this is going to be a new SPAC. We've talked about it a little bit. 1430, 1470. Still making moves to the upside here as you go. If you're going to look, come on, chart. Let's load quickly. We've got to go over right now. But this is already breaking out. I mean, I have the daily chart right here. I'll call it up on another platform. This is e-signal chart. So you can see here AGC just chilling out. I mean, if you're going to look at this, man, Zeus, I mean, this 15 top looks pretty juicy to me. I think if you're in this right now and you have a nice win today, up 17%, I think this is a good spot. Even right now, taking some out. We did take out just back a couple days ago right here at 1450. So you're right there now. Thank you so much for that talk, Zeus, and thank you for the super chat.
Absolutely, as always. And without further ado, you know what we got to do. It's from 11 to 2, and then we're back for the last 2 hours of the session. It's time for Trader Pratt and Ms. V, Memes and Movers. Let's go.
Neil out here sounds like a rapper with the handoff over there. Well, welcome back to Memes and Movers. It is Tuesday, November 9th. It is the beautiful Miss V to our right.
Hey guys, welcome back everyone. Please, as usual, be active on the chat, ask us anything, and we would really appreciate if you smash the like button.